disappointed in every one of you.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to offend you.
I'm disappointed in every one of you.
I kiss you on the mouth.
No, I'm not cool with that. I'm sorry.
One more time.
I'm disappointed in every one of you.
I mean, I'm dealing with degenerate animals.
I'm disappointed in every one of you. Disappointed in every one of you.
All right, come on.
Honestly, I can't do it, man.
I'm disappointed in every one of you.
Let me tell you why.
It's gonna be all right, Nicky. Go ahead, shoot.
You just killed a fucking man.
What are you going to do about it?
You're happy because you got nothing. You don't got a thing. You're happy because you got nothing. You got nothing.
I want to get out of this rat hole. I want to get online. I need
BDA boxing.
Welcome everybody to another Boxing Podcast, broadcasting to you live from the True North. This is your good friend Mr. BDA, and I'm glad everybody could be on board for this one, fellas. In this episode, we got a fantastic one for you. It's a call-in show. You guys get to call in right as the fight is fresh in your minds, and you get to tell us your thoughts about what just happened. Before we get down to the fun, let's get the business out of the way, guys. You know the drill. If you want to donate a couple of shekels our way, you're certainly welcome to do so via the Super Chat feature. Although it's always better if you join the membership program, that way you get more bang for your buck. But the most important thing is you continue to like, subscribe, you spread that BDA gospel, alright? Don't forget you can check us out on Spreaker, iTunes, Spotify at your leisure, okay? Just make sure to do that. In fact, speaking of the apostles, let's give a big shout out to everybody in the chat. I'm talking about Abel, Windy City, iRugs, Nightmurph, La Losoto 13 Gaming, shout out to him. Sean Anthony, shout out to Rafael Garza, shout out to Gonzalo, shout out to Alejandro Solis, Nightmurph, LL, Cloudy Boxing, Quentin Lassiter, Hyperspaz, Jonathan Morrison, aka Action Jackson, Amok, Pedro Enrique, Antonio Hernandez, and many more people to come, I'm sure. Fellas, thank you for joining us. Really appreciate it. All right. I just want to remind you that this is indeed a call-in show, and the phone number is right there in the left-hand middle portion of your screen. So make sure to call in and let us know what your thoughts are on this fight. Now, hey, what the hell? Are the phone lines on? Hold on a second. Oh, give me 2 seconds here. Yeah, the phone lines will be on in about 20 seconds. Give me 20 seconds. So anyway, for anybody that has been living under a rock, David Benavidez just scored a 6-round stoppage, or is it 7-round stoppage? My mind is iffy on that a little bit, but in between rounds, they just halted the fight. The last 2 rounds were getting ugly for Demetrius Andrade as Benavidez just put on the offense. Andrade, really, the commentator, the announcer, the interviewer asked him after the fight, look, you've been waiting for this for 15 years. Are you satisfied with how you performed? And the guy just goes, oh, well, he was just bigger. That's the other thing. Andrade made excuses. He said, it's not that he's better than me, it's just he's bigger than me. Well, excuse me, if you were the boogeyman, if you were the guy that was so skilled that everybody was avoiding you, aren't your skills good enough to overcome a size disadvantage? I mean, I don't know, man. I kind of feel bad for Andrade because it sounded like he wanted to cry, but I mean, listen, this pay-per-view cost $120 here in Canada. So if that's the best you've got, I'm sorry, man, no more pay-per-views for you. As for Benavidez, I mean, my goodness gracious, Caleb Plant put up a better fight because he was more explosive with his footwork. I mean, he wasn't running that much either. He was jabbing to the body. Way too many people are infatuated with the movement, excessive movement, and veteran tactics. I mean, against Benavidez, you gotta have something that's gonna respect you, that's gonna make him respect you. Firepower, combos, no running. And you know who does that? Canelo Alvarez. We'll talk all about that. I'm pretty sure people are gonna have a lot to say about that. Real quick, let me just read a couple of super chats and then we will be heading on right on over to the phone calls. Shout out to Fluffy Toasters 89. He says, horrible fighter. I mean, is he talking about Andrade? I suppose he is. Shout out to Fluffy Toasters 89 for that. I mean, look, Andrade's not a horrible fighter, but it's just he was way too overrated. Shout out to J Nails for his contribution with the super chat. He says, Mirage is over the ring IQ, sucking off Benavidez. That come forward style is tailor-made for Canelo. Kid's gonna get KO'd. Yeah, that's what people don't understand, that you run against Benavidez, you're giving him momentum. Canelo is a block of ice in there. He's an ice cube. He's a glacier. Now, of course, yeah, he's got his stamina deficiencies, but Benavidez is going to have to contend with that firepower coming at him. Dimitrius Bootyman Doodoo resumes Andrade, shout out to him, says, I lost because of racism. I mean, I lost because of racism. Well, you know what? You never know, man. Maybe Whitey had something to do with it. I mean, I don't know. But shout out to Dimitrius Bootyman Doodoo resume Andrade. Andrade was fighting, swinging for the wind in the last 2 rounds. And I was going to give him credit for that, but then again, that was because he had no other choice. That was survival more than anything, so it is what it is. All right, we got a couple of phone calls here, so make sure to hit the like, fellas. Hit the like. I will be reminding you throughout the episode to hit that like. And if you do not hit the like and you fail to reach the level, the litmus that we set here, then I'm afraid we're going to have to call it short. So make sure to get us to 100 likes, all right? Well, let's start off with 50. Let's start off small, right? 50. Let's get to 50 first. Then we'll see. All right, let's get to the phone calls here. Enough prevarication. Who's here? Let's see if this is working out here. 301, you're on the air. 301, can you hear me?
Okay, BDA, I have to start with this. I'm extremely disappointed with Benavidez's conduct. He gave me no credit for the fight, and we all know this is entirely due to my efforts. I haven't nutted in a month and a half, and I didn't hear anything from him giving credit to me. So I'm really disgusted with this fight. This is the 3rd time in my life that this has happened. I have retained my seed for the Higgs boson and drum selection, and now this. It's just extremely disappointing.
Let me just rewind here because I think I might have misheard you. Did you say you were retaining your seed and that's why?
I was at the.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was at the edge of my seat, man. I was edging the whole time. Me with the heavy breathing and all.
Jeez, Luis, edging.
And I was willing this into existence with the Dharmic powers. I can't discuss them fully, as you know, but all hail the Bogd Khan.
Okay, so you're saying that you were on the edge of your seat, which was a hard seat. It was getting hard, is what you're saying, hard and tight. But you kept on edge. So did you finally? Was there a catharsis with the fight, with the ending? Was there a satisfactory ending to what just happened, or is that what you're telling me?
No, I'm retaining for 10,000 cycles until the final explosive death of the universe.
10,000 cycles. All right. Well, listen. Good for you, I guess. It is November, which is the month where people do that. So, yeah, good for you, man. Anything else you want to say?
Clearly, Andrade blew his load early. Clearly, Andrade blew that load early. I mean, the guy quit after 1 punch. You see what happens when you let it go. You have to maintain your grill. Keep that grill up.
There you
know
go.
What I'm saying, BDA.
I mean, that's about as
You're
good as it gets.
You're a practitioner of the Crimson Cross.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am indeed. Well, listen, Irish Andrew Ward, I knew it was you. But yeah, listen, that's a good start to the show to start reminding people to safeguard their seed. And shame on Andrade for blowing his load too early. All right, well, listen, anything else you want to say before we move on?
Retain your power, brothers.
There you go. All right, Irish Andrew Ward, thank you for your call, and we'll catch you in the next one, man. Take it easy out there. All right. Hey, by the way, Joe wanted to say something to him. Joe, what did you want to say to him?
Get the fuck out of here.
Oh, shit. All right. All right. Well, let me see. Okay, we got the prediction here, Liz. I've got it open in case anybody needs a refreshment about who they picked for this fight because let me tell you something. I picked Andrade by decision, and then I came into the show on Friday, I believe, and I said, I don't know, I'm thinking stoppage now because Andrade is not as explosive as Plant on his feet, and lo and behold, should have changed my prediction. But Plant, man, listen, people don't give him enough credit, man. He's very explosive, but people fell in love with Andrade is, let's face the facts. A lot of people saw his skin tone and they said, well, and he still has that O, so they assumed that he was better than Caleb Plant. I think this fight here went a long ways to show that is not the case. Did somebody else donate here? Shout out to SSC for his contribution. Well, he actually just rejoined the membership program, and he says, what's he saying? He's saying, solid whooping. Where's that Black Chibi dude and the other Sims picking Andrade? Did Black Chibi pick him? Let me check the prediction list here, which Bucho just updated. Black Chibi, Andrade. Oh, come on. Chibi, you got to call in and explain yourself because, I mean, I always appreciate you thinking outside the box. But, I mean, Andrade 6-round stoppage. I mean, I don't know. Maybe he'll explain himself. But shout out to everybody in the chat. Let's go to another phone call here. Don't forget to hit the like, hit the like, hit the like. It really helps us out. Let's go to 832. 832, you're on the air. 832, what's on your mind?
What up, VDA? This is the Straight G Tour, right? And listen, man, I just seen them fights, and listen, I was shocked because I thought Andre was gonna last longer. I thought he was gonna put up I don't want to say put up a better fight, but be more. Basically, in other words, put up a better fight. Like at least be smarter in there. And I think. It's not that he lacked IQ. I think he just got caught with a good shot, and I think he started to panic maybe in a way. I think, especially with the referee saying, "Show me more." You got to show me something. Bro, come on. When you hear a referee saying, I think all that he couldn't mentally process the pressure of Benavidez. Benavidez displayed a lot of pressure. And I think that's ultimately what happened.
Were you surprised that they waved it off so soon? Were you surprised that they waved it off so soon? Is that what you said?
Yeah, I don't know why. I think because what's his name? The referee was like, "Oh, I cannot see another round of that," and then it was like, "You got to show me something," and then his corner was like, they basically waved off the fight. I'm like, I don't know. They could have at least let him. But listen, maybe they felt like they had seen enough. So it is what it is. But I don't know. I think it was a okay stoppage, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it was inevitable. He wasn't going to turn it around. He wasn't going to catch Benavidez with something. He wasn't going to outbox him.
Yo, you know who did quit though? You know who did quit was Ergashev.
Oh yeah.
I was telling people earlier, man. A UK, one of the overseas UK guys, like they just crumble when they face a good Hispanic or a good Afro Anglo. It's the truth, man. It's the truth. It is what it is, And that guy crumbled. He said his leg was broken. He quit. He basically quit.
Well, he's not from the UK, by the way. But I get what you're saying, overseas. But I'm telling you, Straight G, you're one of the guys that I'm talking about that American media has brainwashed you a little bit, man. You got to get to the second renaissance and we'll deprogram you and get you back on track. I'm just saying.
Man.
But I mean, you make it seem as if...
I like Triple G, though. I like G.
Well, there you go. Anything else you want to say, Straight G? What do you think about Canelo Benavidez now? Does it change your mind at all?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. No. Actually, no. I've always said that Benavidez steamrolls Canelo. I think even back in 2020, like when the coronavirus pandemic happened, I think I called in the show way back then. I got to find the video. But I remember saying that Benavidez was going to be the one to beat the crap out of Canelo. And I still feel that way. I still think that there's no doubt in my mind that Benavidez is going to be the one to destroy Canelo. Like, absolutely destroy him, And
well,
listen, I think I might be picking Benavidez by knockout if that fight ever happens, actually.
Ooh. Well, we'll start taking predictions right off the bat
and
see what happens.
Canelo is too slow, too old. He's not that athletic. It is what it is. But yeah, not as athletic as he was at 160. And he's getting older, so I think it's a given. I would pick Benavidez over Canelo.
Right. Well, listen. I mean, it's a fight to make a one. What about me? What?
who are you leaning to if that fight ever happened? I'm kind of curious.
Well, in 2020,
brain,
2020, I said Benavidez had the style to beat him. Now, though, actually, even despite this performance here today, it's quite clear that you don't move excessively against Benavidez. You gotta make him respect you. Not too many people can do that, but I think Canelo still has what it takes to do it. So we shall see, indeed, man. I don't want to. I don't want to make the prediction just quite yet, man. We got to save it for the next couple of months. But anyway, listen, Straight G, man, we got to move on here, but thank you for your call, and call back next time, right, man? Take it easy out there.
No doubt. Salute, BDA. All right.
Salute. All right, don't forget to hit the like, fellas. Hit the like. Where we at with the likes? We're at 40 likes. Unacceptable. I want to get us to 100, get us to 50 likes, man. 10 people hit the like. 10 people hit the like. 10 people hit the like. And everything will be all right. I promise. All right, let's go to another phone call here. Let's go to 817. 817, you're on the air. 817, what's on your mind?
Yo, it's Shazar. I got to apologize to that Jersey Joe dude because I said this fight was going to fucking suck and I was wrong. And I talked a lot of shit to that guy, so I'm apologizing if he's listening.
There you go.
Yeah, the fight was awesome, man. I was wondering how quick. I thought he'd only have 4 rounds of stamina, man, but he gassed out in 3, or really 2.5, because like halfway through that 3rd round, he started just falling apart. It was hilarious, man. That shit was so cathartic. I was hoping Andrade would get knocked the fuck out, though, man. It's a shame they stopped it.
Yeah, but would it feel? Listen, I hate to, Benavidez. Most of us expected him to win. I didn't expect it to be so soon. Can we? Is it fair?
Yeah, I figured it did a late knockout.
But Cesar, would it be fair to criticize Andrade's heart here?
Oh, 100%. He's a bitch. We all knew this. I mean, the dude ducked is fucking Zach Parker, bro. Who ducks British fighters? That's sorry.
He dodged Johnny Beck and Parker.
Yeah. He's a grifter. I was like posting the Discord. This is what happens when you grift. You make an entire career out of being a grifter, out of avoiding people. He hasn't fought anybody. The dude's a chump.
Yeah, I mean, he certainly had a lot of people fooled, I'll tell you that much. I mean, when you're going life and dead with Jack Colque...
He never had me fooled, man.
I know, but I mean, when he's going life and dead with Jack Colque, all of a sudden people thought an older version of Andrade was going to outbox Benavidez. I mean, I got to tell you, Cesar, sometimes I wonder who I'm talking with or dealing with on this internet here, man, with the comments and all that.
I don't know, man.
But
yeah, and I'm not even a Benavidez fanboy at all, man. I'm always talking shit about that guy, but Andrade is just so much worse, dude. Like, he doesn't fight anybody. He hardly fights anybody at all. He runs around. He's a horrible fighter. I'm glad he got exposed, man. It's awesome. This is a really good win for Benavidez because Andrade had that reputation for being a boogeyman, you know.
Somebody in the chat says, you guys forget that he's a champion at 168. So winning a belt now, that makes you a champion. So there's this is what I'm getting at. Even with the whole, even with what happened with Crawford with the IBF, people are still putting stock in these paper titles. Hey, you get yourself a WBO Intercontinental Interim Championship. Oh, you're a champion now. Get the fuck out of here, man. Actually, you know what?
That's ridiculous, out of here.
Get the fuck out of here.
Crawford's still the man, even if he got stripped. I don't care, man. They just gave the freaking email champ to Boots. You know what I'm saying? Crawford's still the dude. You know what I'm saying? The belts, that's all. It's all popularity contest, and who's got the most money, man? It's like high school.
Let me just apologize.
High school shit.
Drexivan wasn't talking about Andrade. Shout out to you, Drexivan. I just thought, I don't even know if Andrade has a title belt. Now that I think about it. Anyway, by the way, just
I don't think he did. He only had one fight at 168. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, last thing, Andrade was making excuses after the fight, saying, "Well, no, he didn't beat me because he's better than me. He's just bigger than me." Well, what'd you make of that?
No, dude. It's ridiculous. Well, for one, I 100% think Benavidez is a weight bully. I've always said that. I believe he is. I think he's a cruiserweight. But let's not pretend that Andrade's a little guy either. That he was fucking huge. And he got stopped because he got his ass beat. He's a horrible fighter. Like, dude, everybody called exactly how this went down. He's going to look spectacular for 3-4 rounds, and then he's going to fall apart, and that's exactly what happened. And once he couldn't clinch, it was over. Benavidez, he actually did really well fighting out of the clinch and getting those uppercuts on the inside. And this is shit that's been that he's been problems he's been having. You know what I'm saying? This wasn't like, oh, this guy's just so much bigger than me. He just, like, his style just got up to him, man.
Exactly. All right, well, listen, Shazar, man, thank you for your call, and call back next time, all right, man?
Hell yeah. Everybody hit the like. I'll see y'all next time.
All right, take it easy out there, man. Thank you for your call. All right, let's go to another phone call here. Hey, don't forget to hit the like, fellas. Hit that like. I said get us to 50. You have indeed gotten us to 50. Now let's get to 80. 30 people out there, hit that like, and all will be okay. We'll start playing some more sound effects. All right, let's go to another phone call. Let's go to 336. 336, you're on the air. 336, what's on your mind?
Yo, what's up? So I just told Bucho about, that FBA beatdown. And so first things first, I told Bucho that Benavidez is going to show that he is the best fighter that Canelo's ever fought at the weight class, and that's exactly what he did. Now Andrade is kind of a heavy bag that was never tested at world level. But I'd like Chris the Crip to call in because he said he was going to celebrate after betting on the 3-1 underdog. So you got to take that L just like you were bragging about making $10 on that robbery May 20th. So you got to call in, accept it. And secondly, Matthias is kind of one of those guys he's like Triple G-esque, in my opinion, where he's knocking everybody out, and he's like in his 30s doing it. He's like building his name in his 30s. So he kind of reminds me of Golovkin, 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago. Pretty interesting shit. And when it comes to Benavidez, this fight needs to happen because I actually think he'll heavy bag Canelo. I was kind of on and off for a while who I thought would win. I thought after the Triple G trilogy that Benavidez would heavy bag him. I was talking with Mirage. We were just debating these Canelitas about it forever. And, and we were just getting shit on, saying Benavidez sucks. But I want to say this. If Canelo beats David Benavidez, it is the first prime fighter he's ever fought who is in their prime. And not only that, hold up, Mom, hold up. Damn, shit, I'm talking. Go. Anyways, not only that, it'll be Benavidez who's, sorry, it'll be, he's big, Benavidez is naturally bigger than Canelo. This is the type of win. If Canelo beats him, he's the best Mexican fighter of all time. I have guys like Morales, Marquez, Barrera, Julio Cesar Chavez, Salvador Sanchez, who had knocked out 3 Hall of Famers by the time he was 23 years old over Canelo, because Canelo's never fought a great fighter in their prime and convincingly won. He never has. Mm-hmm. And this is the moment where he can prove to the world he is the best Mexican fighter ever. So he needs to step up and take the fight. The older he gets, the less of a chance I give him, because I almost give him no chance against Benavidez at this point, and I'll give him full credit if he wins. This is the fight that needs to fucking happen, and I just wanted to add that.
Hey, by the way, Bucho's saying that no one said Benavidez sucks.
No, but you're saying that Bucho was saying that Canelo has already had wins like guys against Callum Smith, who is as good or better than Benavidez. And I said Billy Joe Saunders is a UK bum because he was never tested at world level, and his best one was Lemieux coming off the KO loss to Triple G, and it's a fact. I said guys like Durrell are comparable to Billy Joe Saunders. That's my opinion.
Well, I mean, listen. Caleb Plant. They both beat Caleb Plant. They both beat Caleb Plant. And then on top of that, this guy Andrade was 35 years old too. So let's not get too carried away here. I mean, you even said the guy's not that good.
Contemporaries, go ahead.
No, you even said the guy's not.
Smith, listen, Callum Smith had come off of a loss to Ryder before fighting Canelo. He was dead at the weight and coming off of what should have been a loss. He shouldn't have even been the fucking champion. But because he had they wanted to sell, Callum Smith as an undefeated fighter and feed him to Canelo in a mismatch.
And what did Canelo do to Ryder?
Because Canelo was smaller.
Right, and what did Canelo do to Ryder?
He beat the shit out of Ryder. But that doesn't change the fact. Yeah, but you think David Benavidez fucking loses to Ryder? Come on, man.
I don't know.
Benavidez has shown he is the best fighter. Canelo's. When you guys downplay Benavidez and you suck up to these Canelo fangirls, what you're doing is you're going to downplay what Canelo's biggest accomplishment is. If he beats him, this is the best win of Canelo's career if he beats Benavidez. And if you... Honestly, you're not a fan of Canelo if you don't agree. I'm telling you now, as someone who's been critical of him and a fan of him throughout his career, because there's been things to praise and there's been things to give him shit for. If he beats Benavidez, he's the greatest Mexican fider of all fucking time. Because I'm not picking him to win. He can prove me fucking wrong.
I don't understand where this whole thing comes from. That I'm sucking up to a Canelita fangirl.
But you guys are saying.
All right, you go ahead. You talk.
Go ahead.
Saying.
I was gonna say, but you guys keep implying that Benavidez is, on par with some of these guys that Canelo's beaten. And he's shown he's a level above these guys. Like he is at this point shown he is a level above Plant, Billy Joe Saunders, Callum Smith, Ryder, Dudu, Andrade, in and around the weight class where these guys were like potential opponents for Canelo or opponents for Canelo. Benavidez, by his performances, Darrell, who's another guy, has shown that he's a level above all these guys, and he's comparable to Canelo. The fight needs to happen. The longer the fight doesn't happen, the bigger the chance the fight won't happen.
I agree. It needs to happen.
Said, I don't know.
Okay, but you're repeating yourself. Make
the fight, man.
You're repeating yourself.
Great.
You're repeating yourself. I agree the fight needs to happen. I agree the fight needs to happen, but I do think Benavidez, people, they didn't keep the same energy after the Plant fight. Now he beats up Andrade, and all of a sudden, I told you he was a monster. I mean, come on. He was supposed to do this. Let's not act like...
No, I thought he was a fucking killer after the Plant fight, man. Plant held on to survive, dude. Plant broke the rules the entire fight to fucking win. And you know what Caleb Plant did? You know what Benavidez did? He knew that Dudu was going to clinch him like Plant did, so he made the adjustment to learn how to punch out of the clinch. He became better after his performance against Plant. You guys
it's going to happen.
Too much stock into that Plant performance.
The fight is going to happen. All right, man. So we'll leave it at that. We
I
got to
hope
move on
so,
here,
man. Because I want to see the two best fighters of their era fight in this weight class. These are the two best men in the last 15 years, or since Andre Ward, who's a fucking cheater in his own right. These are the two best super middleweights in the last 20 years.
All right. Dora.
As a fan of both.
Get yourself some hot milk, some cocoa in it, and because it's too late at night.
Bro,
right,
just stop fucking. Don't give Canelo a pass if he fights fucking Jamal Charcoal.
I don't give anybody
shit. Don't give him a
passes.
pass.
I don't give
man.
anybody
You guys got to keep
passes.
it consistent. He's been acting like Tank Davis ever since Bivol spanked him. He's been fighting mismatched fights, and I want to see him.
I disagree with that.
Stewie came on here and said, I want to see him as the underdog. I want to see him be great. I want to see Canelo be great. I'm a fan. I want to see him try to do his best.
There's just not that many people. There's just not that many people that he can be an underdog against. Let's just keep it a buck. But anyway, listen, we got to move on here.
Exactly, and Benavidez is one of those guys who's a legit fighter.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I want to see the fight. I don't know why you keep arguing. We got to move on here, Dora. Thank you for your call, and call back next time, right, man?
Yeah, but come on. Let's hold Canelo to the same standards we hold Tank Davis. This fight needs to happen, and I'm out.
I mean, it's not the same. Anyway, whatever. Shout out to Dora for for calling in. Hey, fellas, don't forget to hit the like. It really helps us out. And
Mom! Take it easy. Lower it. I'm not going to lower it. I have to do this now.
All right, listen. Hold on a sec. I don't know who's playing that. Listen, fellas, we're on the calling show here. The phone number is right there in the left-hand middle portion of your screen. Don't forget to call in, and hit that like. How many likes are we at right now? 67 likes. Well, I said 80. I said 80 likes, and we're not at 80 yet. So, I mean, I don't know what we're going to do here, fellas. I mean, what should we do? Should we just end it now, though? Because, I mean, I don't see the likes going up. See it's stuck at 67. And God forbid it stays stuck at 69. That's a bad omen right there. Could be a bit of a salacious omen, but a negative omen nonetheless, at least for this show. All right, let's go to another phone call here. Let's go to 609. 609, you're on the air. 609, what's on your mind?
What's up, BDA? It's Nightmare. I thought that was a pretty good performance from Benavidez. I didn't expect Andrade to gas out so quickly. I mean, the fight went how I predicted it to go, but I didn't expect him to gas out so quickly. If a fight of Benavidez versus Canelo emerges in 2024, I did see a little holes in Benavidez's game because if you take a look back at the Andrade fight, right, there was times where Andrade was throwing combinations and Benavidez was overextending, right? Mm-hmm. So given that Canelo's a natural counterpuncher, I could see maybe Canelo landing some or countering Benavidez and maybe backing him up and maybe putting pressure on him. But either way, if Benavidez wins, I give Benavidez credit. If Canelo wins, I give Canelo credit. I kind of agree with Dora. I want to see Canelo. I want to see Canelo fight Benavidez. It would be a really good fight. Although one thing I did wish that the ref did was let the fight go on a little bit more. Because we rarely see guys get flatlined. If that fight went on any longer, Andrade probably would have gotten flatlined.
That's the way it seemed like to me, man. That's why I wanted to keep going. I want to see conclusive endings here.
Yeah, I think both fighters would have a great shot at winning that fight. To me, it might be a 50-50 fight. Yeah, Benavidez is basically showing up to each fight, but in order to beat Canelo, he's got to tighten up on those flaws a little bit, because if he goes into a fight with Canelo with those flaws, he's going to end up getting countered. So he's got to tighten down and be really strict with his style because Canelo's not someone to take lightly, especially if he wants to compete at the elite level of super middleweight, you know? And plus, I don't know how long Benavidez has left at 168. Sure, he's tall and, but, Canelo's getting older. Benavidez is getting older as well, and it's getting harder and harder for Benavidez to make weight. So there's a bunch of factors that go against him. So it's kind of up in the air if we're going to see that fight. I really do hope we see that fight. What are your thoughts on it?
I think it's gonna happen, and I think it's gonna be way more interesting than people think. The approach against Benavidez, I keep saying it here, is you gotta be a strong guy who can keep him off of you, who can make him respect you. Caleb Plant was doing that for about 6 rounds. He wasn't exactly running in there, and yet the Benavidez was respecting that explosiveness. And Canelo has explosive punching power. And he's got good defense on the fly, on the spot. He's not going to be running around. I mean, there were spots in there where Andrade was moving around. Once Benavidez turned it up, he was just moving around. And then he would throw a 6-punch combo. And I'm thinking, okay, now after the 6-punch combo, what are you going to do? You're not going to move. And lo and behold, he would just clinch because Benavidez was putting pressure on him. I mean, these guys aren't made that way. They don't have that mental wherewithal to actually stand in there with Benavidez. And Andrade, I'm unsurprised that he didn't have that because he'd been feasting on low-tier opposition, subpar opposition, and then it caught up with him.
Yeah, I completely agree. I hope we see this fight, man. I really do. It would be a really good fight. And probably whoever wins that fight solidifies himself as the greatest Mexican fighter of this era, potentially,
Right.
I hope we see that fight, and that's all.
All right, man.
Also, hit the like.
There you go, Night Murph. Shout out to you, man. Thank you for your call, and call back next time, right, man? Take it easy out there.
All right, later, video.
Fellas, we're taking phone calls here after the Benavidez-Andrade fight, where Benavidez just stopped Demetrius Andrade, and now we're talking about what's next. But the big question, too, for me is, did Andrade quit in there? I mean, I know he was taking a beating. He was looking bad in there. But, I mean, this was... Remember what I said before the fight? This was his big moment, his big chance. And right there, middle of the fight, it gets stopped. I mean, I don't know. I'm curious to get your thoughts, fellas. Let's go to another phone call here. Let's go to 857. 857, you're on the air. 857, what's on your mind?
857. Hey, BJ, you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, man. What's up?
Can you hear me? All right, so did Andrade have that dog in him? I don't know. I don't know. He was taking some beating. Also, before that, man, Dora, man, he just talks too much. He talks too much. He talks way too fast. He doesn't. He talks too much, and I also think he's a racist. But anyways, moving on from that. I think we saw levels tonight. I think we saw Andrade, never fought a world champion before. And, David Benavidez, as young as he is, he had actually fought a couple world champions. And I think levels expose people tonight. I want to know what your guys' thoughts are going forward. If he was to fight Canelo, I think he's going to fight Jaime Munguia in May. But in September, what is the panel's thoughts on if Benavidez were to fight Canelo?
Well, it's going to be a very interesting fight because you saw Ronald Gavril was able to take what Benavidez dished out because he's a strong guy. Canelo is as strong as Gavril, and on top of that, he's got better defense, better offense. So it's going to be a very good fight, man. Will it be a passing off the torch? I don't know, man. That's what we want to see. We haven't had those type of fights in a while. I mean, we had a Haney versus Lomachenko, but that was more Jermaine Taylor, Bernard Hopkins type passing of the torch, as opposed to, say, Ruben Olivares or Mike Tyson versus Trevor Berbick, one of those type of fights. You know what I mean? We want to see somebody really grab it from the man and say, "Now I'm the man. You're the old lion. Get the fuck out of here."
All right.
And by the way, you mentioned something about Dorex, and he talks too fast. Well, it's because I think he's conscious of the fact that there's too many phone calls too. He wants to get his point across too fast. But I will tell him that next time, slow it down a little bit so that we can fully understand what he's saying. Because not for nothing, but when somebody speaks too quickly, it tends to put people on the edge a little bit. Like Irish Andre Ward, he was on the edge the whole night apparently, edging all night.
Yeah. I mean, Mr. BDA, I've heard you tell him multiple times to slow down. You don't listen.
Well, he'll get it eventually, man. Anything else you want to say, caller, before we move on?
No, I think that's it for tonight, man. I enjoyed the fight, so I thought that was a very good card, and it is very weird to see the final Showtime pay-per-view card, man. I can say that, man.
I think good riddance the way it was going, but tonight was indeed a good one. Too bad that it's, too little too late, man. All right, listen, man, thank you for your call, and call back next time, all right, man? Take it easy out there.
All right, thank you, guys. Take it easy, man.
Take it easy, man. All right, yeah, man, fellas, this is the phone call show, the call-in show, the post-fight call-in show. So make sure to pick up that phone and call in. Let us know what your thoughts were on the fight. Where does Benavidez go from here? Does the Canelo fight happen in May, or are they gonna take their sweet-ass time and try to milk that as much as possible and make it for September? Guys, let us know. Call in. And yeah, listen, I wanna mention that about Andrade because, look, for the whole 10 years, man, well, not 10 years, a little less than that, about 5 years. Let's round it up to 5. We've been told that Andrade was the boogeyman. We were told that nobody wanted to fight him. I mean, even Paulo Malignaggi, who knows his boxing, obviously, I usually agree on his takes, but he goes, Andrade in his prime would have beaten your favorite fighters. I'm thinking, wait a minute. He was 31 or 32 when he fought Jack Colkey, and he went life and death with that dude. Colkey is a tricky fighter, don't get me wrong. He's got some craft. He's got a good gas tank. But he's not a top 10 or a top 5 middleweight. So if you're struggling with that guy, I really got to question you're good. I mean, he beat him. Andrade beat him, but you're not what the people are saying you are. Also, before that, he'd struggled mightily against Vanis Martoriosian and struggled against Liam Williams, he's tough and has a big right hand, but that's about it. And people were talking about how he was going to school Canelo. He would school this guy. He would school Golovkin too, prime Golovkin. And not for nothing, man, I hate to say it, but you saw the reason why he fights the way he fights is because, I mean, he doesn't really have it. Doesn't have that dog. That's the way I feel about it. I'm curious to hear what other people think, but I think it's indicative of why he never really took any big risks in his career. And then this was the fight. He was up against it now. 35 years old. Even the commentator said, you've been waiting for this fight for 15 years. And he just let it go. He just decided, yeah, man, I'm not built for this. I mean, I'm not saying he said that, but he didn't want anymore. And look, if he physically couldn't anymore, he knows, look, I'm going to get seriously hurt in there. Okay. But I'm just saying now, overall, it sort of proves that he wasn't that guy. Because let me tell you, Benavidez is good. But how come Caleb Plant was still doing well by the 6th round? It wasn't really until the 8th, that's when his face started falling apart and Benavidez started putting it on him. You know what I mean? So it's Andrade, I think he was a little overrated. And I think that's what's going on. And I think now Benavidez is going to be a little overrated too based on this performance. Don't get me wrong. Most people won't be able to hold the pressure that he brings. But it's nevertheless that my point is Andrade. It's interesting. This year has been... Well, let me read a couple of super chats here first, and then I'll keep going. I want to talk about the year that's been. Shout out to Lalo Soto Gaming. Shout out to Lalo Soto Gaming for reestablishing his membership program. He says LDBC, Rare Breed, and Chibi are on suicide watch. I mean, that sort of brings me to what I was going to say about this year, but shout out to Lalo Soto for his contribution with the super chat. Shout out to Earl Stevens for his contribution with the super chat. He says, Salute David hurt Andrade with that Triple G overhand. Badass. Yeah, I mean, that was just sheer strength. He just shook him off with that right hook, man. It was pure strength, man. Shout out to KO Search for his contribution with the super chat. He says, Benavidez stops Canelo and Morel. David will be number 1. Well, there you go. KO Search saying it now. Making that statement. Benavidez will be taking over that division. Let's go to another phone call here. Let's go to 323. 323, you're on the air. 323, what's on your mind?
What's going on, fellas? Well, just as I expected it, Andrade completely got exposed. He looked like a guy, he's never been in a war. Obviously, we've never seen him anything like that. I've never seen him in a fight where it was tooth and nail with the guy. And towards the end, he just when he started getting beat, and he knew it, his face just completely changed. And then he started employing tactics like he looked like he was mimicking the actions of a veteran by spitting the mouthpiece on and trying to clinch and hang on without actually accruing that experience and having that knowledge on how to pull that off. So he a total pretender, and I'm just glad we never have to hear this hype job's name ever again. We never have to hear the Charlos ever again. I mean, Charlo couldn't even knock out a welterweight. This is it's just nonsense, man. Like, just proves the point that there's a lot of guys out there that just don't deserve to be talked about, and this guy's one of them. And that's all I gotta say, man. It was just we are going to get the Canelo fight. I think we're going to get the Canelo fight. There's a lot more invested in it now. A lot of more hardcore boxing fans will see that. I wouldn't be surprised if that pay-per-view does really great numbers now that David took out the trash the way he did tonight. So that's all I wanted to say. Great show, you guys. BDA was hoping that we would have another little debate because it started getting heated last week, I think, with Don Chingazos, and I forgot who else. I don't know who else was it. Is Dora's always starting shit with somebody. So we need to have more of these. What do you call it? The kumites?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I've been telling Butcher that we really need to. Yeah, but we need to set them up ahead of time because we can't just turn on the stream. And go,
you need to have like you need to have one of those like once, like bi-monthly. You guys have to have something like that set up because they're pretty good. That guy can talk. That guy's got a fucking motor for a mouth. Anyway, you guys have a good night. Pretty impressed with the way David fought too. Like he had good shot selection. I still think he's there to get hit, but pretty good shot selection. Showed some. I think his brother showed a lot more grit. I'm a bigger fan of his brother now than I ever was. Just by coming up from being a welterweight to fighting a guy that didn't even make his own fucking catch weight. So anyway, you guys have a good night.
All right, shout out to you, Don Madrazo. Thank you for your call, and call back next time, right, man? Take it easy out there. All right, shout out to. Hey, listen. We are taking phone calls right now, so call in right there, left-hand middle portion on your screen. That's the phone line. Hopefully, we can get to you, fellas. I mean, it could be a long night, but you got to call in now. Otherwise, I don't know if we're gonna be able to get to everybody. But hey, listen, like I was gonna say about the year that was, a lot of guys that had this cachet, this baggage, this mythos behind them of being boogeyman and the real deal, the total packages, have been exposed. I mean, Errol Spence, how many fucking fans did he have on Twitter? Not that they bought the pay-per-views, mind you, because, I mean, the most he would do was 300,000 pay-per-views, but he had a lot of fans on Twitter. He was going to drown Terence Crawford. He had that dog. Ain't nobody can stop him, and then he just got completely dismantled. Stephen Fulton, although, I kind of feel bad for Stephen Fulton because he's a guy that never really got that type of shine from that demographic. But then all of a sudden, as soon as he fought Inoue, they jumped on his bandwagon. And he started buying the hype himself a little bit too. He said, well, the only reason Inoue he has that cachet or he's been getting attention is because of his Japanese. In other words, saying, when we do it, our people, when we do it, it's expected. But when they do it, it's unexpected. And then what happens? He ends up getting exposed too. I mean, not exposed. Exposed is not the right word. But I mean, at least exposed compared to what his minions were saying. The acolytes. And who else, man? Charlo? Some people still jumped on his bandwagon, believe it or not. Despite what most people want to say that it was a mismatch. Charlo, some people were hyping him up. His fans all of a sudden on Fight Week were saying, oh yeah, he's gonna expose Canelo, man. Canelo's got cement feet. This guy's gonna dance all over him. And now we got Demetrius Andrade, the guy that was... Oh, and Tyson Fury too, you can throw him in the mix. Because a lot of people were hyping him up. He was gonna destroy Usyk. And then he struggling outboxing a novice in there. And now we got Demetrius Andrade, the guy that for 5 years we had to hear about how he was the boogeyman. He was undefeated. He had that slick style, baby. Just ain't nobody can touch him. That's why nobody wants to fight him. And then when push came to shove, after a 15-year career, this is the fight of his life. It's anything goes, man. Okay, you're gonna get hurt, but that's the risk you gotta take if you want to win. He didn't want to take that risk. And I believe you can't fully ascertain a fighter's mentality or legacy until everything is said and done. And I'm not saying everything is said and done for Andrade, but it's closer than it was than to the beginning. And so now we're seeing why he really didn't fight all those guys. Now you're seeing why he struggled against guys like Martirosyan and Kolke and Liam Williams. A lot of clinching in the Liam Williams fight, and we told people. And even in the Zulensky fight, which I still think is his best win, he looked fantastic for 6 rounds, and then it's another fight the rest of the 6 rounds. And this time he didn't even take 8 rounds or 10. Right after, as soon as he started getting tired and he was taking a beating, decided to call it quits. Guys, sometimes you watch enough fights, you can make an accurate demarcation of what's going on in a fighter's career and what he's worth. Don't forget to hit the like, fellas. Hit the like. Really helps us out. We are taking phone calls. Let's go back to the phone lines here real quick. Let's go to 805. 805, you're on the air. 805, what's on your mind?
This is Black Kiwi.
Nah, come on, man. What's going on here?
No, I'm just kidding, man. Sorry. That's totally what I expected from David Benavidez. I'm kind of surprised that he lost a round or two, but it is what it is.
Were you surprised? Not that he lost, obviously, because you just said he wasn't. But were you surprised at how he just called it quits, packed it in after the 6th round?
Yeah, I'm surprised he quit. I thought he was going to get flatlined, to be honest.
I mean, like I said, Amok, when this is the big fight, right? It's what he's been asking for years. It's time to dig in and start. He did try to swing it out, I think in the 5th round, I think. Then in the 6th, he just took a shellacking, and then he said, you know what? I'm good.
Yeah, man. This is terrible. This is a terrible look for him. He's a 35-year-old prospect and loses one of the biggest fights in his life. I really think he should retire after this.
I mean, listen, he says he doesn't want to. He says he still has got enough skills, but the way he performed, you as a customer, would you be even willing to buy a card that he's on? Forget about him being on the main event. Like, let's say you see, hey, this card, I'm ambivalent about it, about buying it, and Andrade is on the undercard. Is that a turn off for you?
Well, here's the thing. I mean, I could just go to like Walmart and buy sleeping medicine, and it's like cheaper on the dollar.
I mean, I get your point. Now, what about this? I don't know if you heard Dora called in, and I think Straight G said the same thing, that they are fully on board now that Benavidez runs through Canelo. Well, what do you get? What do you think?
I don't know. I mean, I don't really think he hits harder than Kovalev. I mean, that's just me. And I don't know. Don't be surprised if Canelo wins by decision. And you never know. Sometimes they might be fishy judging, so he might even get a controversial decision.
Hey, maybe, man. You never know, man. But I mean, I don't know what else to say, man.
Yeah, but I honestly, I think Canelo will legit beat him. That's just me.
Well, we'll see, man. Hopefully it happens.
I mean, I've said it earlier. I said it earlier on the other podcast that, the other episode, that he did not look that good at 168.
He really did.
He looked slower, a lot slower than he does at 154.
Yeah, man. I mean, it just it caught up with him, man. All right, well, man. Anything else you want to say before we move on?
Yeah, I want to make another impression. Andrade was winning 5-1 rounds before he got started.
That's a dead-on impression, right there. I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what your day job is, but you should quit it, man. Get yourself one of those acts.
I don't know. I just thought it was crazy someone actually to pick Andrade to win.
I think he's doing it to be entertaining, man. Because if it's an act, picking Andrade by 6-round knockout, then it's a great act, man. I gotta give nothing but respect. That's showmanship right there. Showmanship.
Yeah, that's true, I guess.
All right. Well, listen, Amak, thank you for your call and call back next time, right, man? Take it easy out there.
Yeah, thanks for having me. See ya.
See you, man. Yeah, man, that's the thing, though. This is a call-in show, by the way, fellas. Call-in show. Make sure to call in. Phone number is right there in the middle portion, in the middle of your screen, and it's going to be in the left-hand middle portion for as long as this show goes. So make sure to call in, give us your thoughts. I got to tell you, man, the thing about Andrade is he was adamant that he was going to outbox him. And look, I'm looking at the Twitter here. What's his name? Sean Porter in the first round, after the first round, tweeted this. He says, "The thing y'all didn't know is Boo Boo's been fighting this exact fight his whole life. Punch, turn, tie up. He beat me when we were 16 fighting just like this. No adjustments have to be made by him. 1-0 Boo Boo." I mean, no adjustments have to be made. You know what? In the third round of the fight, I looked at it and I said, yeah, it's going downhill fast. It's going to go downhill for Andrade from here on in. Because he was starting to get... You remember that little pot shot right hand that we talked about Benavidez has? Which is like the second jab. He had a hard time getting it in there against Dugan, or whatever his name was. Duglin, the southpaw that he fought. And a little bit against Caleb Plant. This time from the third round on, he was tagging Andrade with it. And I said, oh boy, that's a bad sign. Because once he starts scoring with that right hand, he starts frustrating his opponent, he's scoring points, but then at the same time, it sets up the rest of his offense. And lo and behold, fourth round, turned it up, and you knew, what's Andrade going to do? Is he going to start trading with him? I don't think so. Is he going to knock him out with one shot? Doubtful. And then he just reverted to what he does. Like Sean Porter said, no adjustments needed. Well, it's because he can't make adjustments. He thought that he was going to keep him at the end of his shots all throughout the night. And that, listen, this wasn't Demond Nicholson either. This wasn't that African dude that he fought a couple of years ago. This wasn't Zulensky. You know, and that's it's a bad habit. And you know what's interesting about that? Andrade said what Steve Kim has been saying for a while now, what we've been trying to reiterate as well, which is the inactivity of these guys. Andrade hadn't fought, he fought this January, right? So almost a year off this time, because it was like 10 months apart. And then before that, hadn't fought in over a year either. And he said it after the fight. He started making excuses. He said, well, you know, I inactivity, and okay, then why didn't you push for more activity? If you're a middle-aged guy, at least for boxing standards, 35 years old, why don't you take some tune-ups, even if the pay is shit, but at least you're staying active. And even if it's off TV or so, you know what I mean? That's the problem with these fighters. They don't have any opportunities off TV. They all want to be on TV. And then on top of that, Andrade also said that Benavidez isn't better than me, he's just bigger than me. But you're the guy that's supposed to have the magic to outbox anybody. I gotta tell you, man, it was an underwhelming performance from what's his name, Andrade, because I really did think that he was gonna be able to give it more than that, and he didn't. But you know what? That's why I was asking the question, because I was really trying to get a feel on Andrade, a read on him. When I asked people, okay, he's 35 years of age, this is his big fight. Is he gonna rise to the occasion, and that where even if he's getting drowned, he's gonna try to swim his way out of it? And he didn't. I mean, for 2 rounds he did, and then after that he called it quits. Again, I hate to harp on this too much, guys, but you know, as consumers and boxing fans, you got to give us a little more than that. He just called it quits, man. It's amazing that. I mean, think about it. He's 35 years old, and I hate to do this, but it's a harsh sport, and it's even harsher with the fans. So I'm just gonna come out and say it. Or ask it. What is Andrade's legacy? Don't give me that 2-weight division champ, because he was never the number 1 guy in any division. What's his best accomplishment? What's his name? Willie Nelson? A split decision win over Martirosyan, or by slim margins. Same thing with the Kolke. That's his best. That's his best thing. The Sulensky win, the Liam Williams win. I mean, come on, fellas. When we've been saying it for a while. This guy ain't beating Canelo. He's not beating Golovkin. And people, well, you're just a hater. You're a Canelo dick rider, or then you're a Golovkin dick rider. And this and that and this and that. And when we break down the skills, we're not basing it off narratives or because we like a guy or because he said something mean about us. It's because we look at the film, we look at the fights, and we go, you know what? This guy's this, more than likely, or this guy's may be good based on what we're seeing, or he's not what people make him out to be. And you know what? Andrade's a good fighter. Don't get me wrong, but the way some people were building him up, you know. Hey, listen. Demetrius Andrade versus some big oaf that has no skills. He would be able to outbox him, right? So if Benavidez was that, just a weight bully, how come Andrade wouldn't be able to do it? I mean, I don't know, man. I think people are... Again, and don't get me wrong, I still think Benavidez, he is what he is. The bad feet placement is still there. The defense is good, though. I've been trying to tell this to people that the high guard that he has... It's there's something there, man. He can pick off some good shots, the way he puts up his earmuffs. But you know what I mean. I'm thinking that how's he gonna look against Canelo? That's what I want to see. Shout out to Mars for his contribution with the super chat. He says biggest fight of his career, and he quit on the stool when faced with adversity. That's the thing, man. I mean, it's an insight into a guy that when he fought Liam Williams and he got hurt, immediately he would clinch. And then he would just shuffle around the ring, clinch, one shot at a time, clinch. Craig Smith in the chat says, please stop talking what a few black people say as all black people saying it. Well, I never said that all black people said it. I don't know. Maybe that's the way you feel. But certainly enough people were saying that Andrade... I mean, you know what's interesting? As the fight was approaching, and we talked about it a month ago. We said, you know, this fight on paper, the people aren't really interested because they see it as a mismatch. But as it gets closer, you're going to see people starting to pick Andrade. And lo and behold, that same people we expected, a lot of them started picking Andrade. You know, Benavidez ain't never fought anyone as slick as him, anyone as mobile, anyone as smart. And then, you know, they ended up making that determination because they started going with their heart. And look, I said it before the fight, there was a path to victory for Andrade. But it was going to take wherewithal, it was going to take panache, it was going to take resolve. All of the things which as it turns out, Andrade just didn't have. Because Caleb Plant, some people were telling us Caleb Plant was the inferior fighter to Andrade. That's what some people were saying. Some people were even saying Andrade beats Caleb Plant. Shit, I don't know what you meant, but Caleb Plant showed a lot more balls against Benavidez. And he got Benavidez' respect early on. I mean, it wasn't until the 8th round he started falling apart. But Andrade cut from a different cloth. A thin veneer that seemed to have his fans in a frenzy. And it was just an illusion. Boxing expert says, how did you see the David fight? What do you think of the Mexican people? Well, I'm Mexican, so I better have a good opinion about Mexicans. But see, that's the thing, though. If I give a Mexican too much credit, then it seems as if I'm bigging up the Mexican side too much. You know, I don't want to be called a Canelita, a fangirl. That's what people do. And then if I give credit to Golovkin, then I'm a Golovkin fangirl. So you just can't win with some people. You just got to say what you make an analysis and go with it. And if people don't like it, well, they can hear another person talk. Let's go to the phone calls here. Let's go to 857. 857, you're on the air. 857, what's on your mind?
857, I'm back again. I'm wondering when the next Kumite is, because I just want to debate Dora. This is open challenge on the BDA shit. Because when you're talking about Floyd Mayweather, he's beat the most world champions, so I want to know how he's trash. Like, next time the Kumite comes up, I would like to debate Dora.
I don't know if he says that Canelo's trash, but we'll see if we can iron out the details. See what?
No, he said Floyd Mayweather was trash. He said Floyd Mayweather was trash. But how's How's Floyd Mayweather trash when he's beating the most world champions of all time?
Yeah, I mean that's a bit of a
doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, that's a bit of a stretch right there, man.
Does it make sense to you? It doesn't make sense to me.
Well, listen, we'll contact him and we'll see what we can set up there. All right, man. All right, take it easy out there, man. Thank you for your call. Have a good night. Oh wait, excuse me. What's your name? Hold on. What's your name?
D Madness.
D Madness. All right, D Madness versus Dora, who some people claim is mad as well. Shout out to you, man, and they will set it up. All right, man.
I'm sure Dora's gonna hear that and take it up. So.
All right. Take it easy, man. Thank you for your call.
All right, thank you.
All right, I'm gonna jump in on the open lines here. Hey,
you kind of like timing.
Hey, fellas, can you hear me?
Him so much.
Sorry to interrupt. We're on the air. We're on the air.
Oh,
hey, what were you guys talking about?
What was that?
BDA, I want to know, are you going to give respect to Dave Benavidez?
Well, why wouldn't I?
Show respect.
Why wouldn't I?
Well,
he wants you to pay. You pay full homage right now.
Been very critical. I want to show full respect. David did the business. He did what he needed to do. Now,
Mirage, how many drinks have you had today, man? Tonight or today? Because
maybe hey, it's Sunday afternoon. I've been celebrating. Is that a fucking problem? I didn't
say it was a problem. I just asked you how many drinks you had. I
can still cook any motherfucker.
Well, it sounds like you're a little cooked yourself. But can I just ask Jimmy something real quick, Jimmy?
I can still cook you, BD. I can still cook you. Don't get too confident.
Man. I think you're liable to hurt yourself, man. Trying to come at me. But Jimmy, let me ask you, man.
Hey, I don't care. I don't care.
All right. Well, listen, we have all night
to go. Benavidez, take care, baby.
All right. We have all night. We have all night to go back and forth. Right. Let me just ask Jimmy this. Right. Jimmy, we talked about. I kept asking people, Andrade, when push comes to shove, at 35 years of age, he's been waiting for this opportunity. It's been in his back of his mind. He's been saying that he's been painting himself as the boogeyman. Would it be fair to say he called it? He quit in there, man. I mean, prematurely.
Of course he quit. No, of course he quit. He quit on a stool.
He quit
on a stool. He listen, because I've been saying all along, Andrade, like most front runners who avoided tough matches, fights well going downhill. The minute you put him where he's not comfortable, most fighters, it's not just Andrade. I'm telling you, most fighters, 99% of fighters, don't do well when they're not setting pace. That's why that's so important in a boxing match. In the first two rounds, you could see Benavidez kind of nodding with his head. He was just getting his rhythm. You could see David was just trying to see the kid's rhythm, see his movements. And in the third, I'd say about halfway through the third, he just started letting his hands go. And in the first, when you first let your hands go, you want to see how he reacts. He's going to move side, he's going to go back. And he just doesn't make adjustments. He never has because he never really had to. And, once he had him moving backwards and made him uncomfortable, then at that point, Andrade knew, like, okay, I'm not going to hurt this kid because he hit him with probably his best shot of the fight in the fourth round or maybe the fifth. It didn't even affect Benavidez. It didn't even affect him. It bounced right off him. So the fight was lost right there and then. It was just a matter of time. Is he going to get knocked out or does he just want to quit? Listen, when you're sitting on your stool and it doesn't take your fucking corners not in there going, no, I'm going to stop the fight, and you
Jimmy,
you cut off, man. Don't tell me you're gonna quit like Andrade. Jimmy,
he quit.
Jimmy.
He quit.
It's the theme of the night.
But BDA, would you say this was old school Benavidez?
Well, listen, that's the thing, though, is because I was saying before the fight is Andrade is 35 years old. He does some things better than Caleb Plant, but at the same time, he does some things worse. Caleb Plant, let's give that man his credit, man, because by the sixth round, he was still going. He did. People weren't giving him enough credit. Some people were calling in, and I heard some rumors too. I mean, some comments too. People saying Andrade is just that much better than Plant. And as the fight started. As the fight started nearing, I said, not at 35. That's for sure.
Caleb very sharp. I think it was definitely better fighter.
Caleb Plant didn't break the rules to box. Andrade was breaking all kinds of shit in that fight. He was leaning with his head. He was he was grabbing him below his butt, trying to take him down at times. It's weird.
Yeah. Let's not forget though also that Caleb Plant was holding on for dear life. He was holding.
That's true.
Exactly. That's a big difference, yeah.
I mean,
I was very impressed with Benavidez, man. Look, when I say impressed is like when you're that much better than a guy who's like kind of overhyped and never really took any challenges. That's what you want to see. You want to see him get rid of a guy like that fast and
yeah. You need to do the business. You need to do the business. That's what he did.
I had questions because I haven't seen him do it yet. I've seen him beat similar level opposition. Maybe Andrade's a little bit better than those guys, but not. I don't think he was that much better.
I agree. I think he answered a better question beating Caleb Plant than beating Andrade.
But
Ronald Ellis and Gulu lasted longer than fucking Andrade. They went 11 rounds.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I don't think this was really a higher caliber win. It's just more people's bullshit narrative.
I think that those guys are probably a little bit more battle tested. Maybe they're not as talented.
Yeah, they're durable. They could take the punishment.
They're durable,
Hey, you know who I want to...
Hey, Andre...
Can I say something real quick? I don't usually... I won't do it again either, because I just have to stick by the true path of the Crimson Cross. But Joe was talking a lot of shit to Gonzalo. Because when he said, Gonzalo, when you suffer Mexican delusion, when you pick Garcia to beat Tank Davis. And now he was saying that Benavidez was going to win, but it was going to be a very close fight, and that Andrade was actually going to be able to be the winner, but they were going to give it to Benavidez. I'm just curious. I mean, what's he thinking now, man?
JDA, where you at? Where you at, JDA? Where you at? Come on.
Yeah, Joe, man, come on. You got to jump on and let us.
Toughen up!
No, you toughen up. You come on.
You embarrass yourself, and you just embarrass your community. Get the fuck out of here.
I mean, listen, Joe, come on, man.
Don't talk to me that way. You tell him not to talk to me that way, BDA.
But BDA, did I drop
Get your
off?
shine box.
Yeah, you cut
off. Yeah, you
cut
cut
out. I did, man. Fucking stupid thing. But no, Mr. BDA, you there still?
Yeah, I'm still here. We're on the air. By the way.
Okay, yeah, no. Okay, well, I thought, like I said, I knew he wouldn't react well to the pressure. And again, if you go back and watch the fight, the first 2 rounds, you could see David, it was interesting because he does it with his head. He was moving his head very slightly, but you could see him moving it with his timing. Like I said, Mickey used to do it with his left hand. You could see him following your timing with his left hand, just very slightly. And every fighter has a tell, and you could see once he stopped doing that with his head, he had his timing down. He knew what he needed to do, and he just worked him down. And he just doesn't react well to pressure like most fighters. They don't handle pace well. If you're not running downhill, if you're not fighting downhill, you're going backwards against the pace you're not comfortable with. It wasn't going to work out well. Jimmy? But like I said, Jimmy? Just quitting on a stool is not a good look, though. What's that?
Andre looked like he came to win. He came to win this fight. Like he was gamed. He was trying everything, but he just wore himself out. And I think a lot of it
3 rounds.
Because Benavidez just put the pressure on him.
You know what? Andre
to the body.
He looked inexperienced.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, he did.
He's fighting domestic level talent. I mean, look at the guys he's been fighting.
Well, he looked better in this last fight too, if you guys remember.
Yeah. Rashidi Ellis was better. I said Rashidi Ellis. If you wanted to see, I was saying what fighter Benavidez fought in the past that you could say had similar styles. And Rashidi Ellis did better. And Plant is better. Like I always knew Plant was a better fighter.
Look, Andre was never the guy that people try to make him out to be. I always felt that way. But I thought he came in really good shape for this fight. I think once that bell rang and once he saw how Benavidez was coming at him, there was a part of him that were, and at least in the beginning, that they say that fight or flight, I think he was fighting. Then I just think that once he started getting hurt and he got dropped, I think he had a little bit of hope left in him, but that was being taken away in the 5th round, and then obviously the 6th round, they thought he had enough, bro. And
but can I mention that? Can I piggyback off of that? Yeah. Can I piggyback off that? Because look, in the first round, it looked like like he's gonna keep Benavidez at the end of his shots if he continues the way he's doing, and then he tasted the power, and he didn't want any of it. And like Jimmy said, and even Andrade admitted it. Oh, he started saying, "Oh, the inactivity, blah blah blah." Why didn't you say that before? We all knew that was going to be a problem. Second of all, this is what you get when you're fighting Jack Colkay, Liam Williams, Quigley. I mean, these are guys that fucking Berlanga is stepping up against. And this is the guys that he was feasting on and that people were saying, oh, based off of this, he beats Canelo, he beats Golovkin, he beats this guy, he beats that guy. He was totally unprepared, like Jimmy said, totally unprepared for that type of pressure.
No.
Yeah, one thing 100%. I noticed, like, during the face-off in the weigh-ins, I mean, David looked a little bigger. Andrade looked jacked, but in the ring on fight night, David looked fucking much bigger. He looked like a fucking monster.
But can I say something about that? Somebody was saying after some people were saying, oh, it's because even Boo Boo after the fight said, he wasn't better than me. He was just bigger than me. Bullshit, man. If he was bigger than you but not better, you would have been able to unbox him.
Yeah, of course he would.
Oh man,
that's what he said.
He wanted to start. He wanted to start clinching after the 3rd round. That's so bad. He did anything but box for a little bit of that fight.
Exactly.
He was leaning with the crown of his head. He was ducking under, and he was grabbing him underneath his butt, and he was trying to wheel him around.
Out his mouthpiece. He started spitting out his mouthpiece.
He spit out his mouthpiece. Yeah, all kinds of shit. He's a bitch.
Hey, let me read a couple of super chats here.
Spurts is not a style.
Yeah, that ass. I've said it before. That ass style, American slick style, which is, I'm not saying that all Americans fight that way, but that's just a designation I use for the worst aspects of the American style. It's not going to win you a fight against Benavidez. By the way, shout out to Mars, who said biggest fight of his career, and he quit on the stool when he faced with adversity. Shout out to Mars. Shout out to who else? Shout out to Bray IDK, who says boxing ego is on his live, crying right now, laughing my ass off. I mean, but why do these guys keep picking? Anyway, we'll get to that later. And then shout out to Bray as well, says saying at least. Oh, okay. He's crying on the air and saying at least Andrade dared to be great. Guys, I was saying it earlier. Shout out to Bray. Shout out to Bray. But I wanted to ask you guys this, based on what Bray just said. Shout out to Bray for his contribution. This year has seen a lot of these so-called superheroes exposed. I mean, when are people going to learn to actually look at the fights and not just with what they want to see, rosy-colored glasses?
It's the kid who calls from Florida. What's his name? Black Chibi. It's the Black Chibi thing. Remember, he was going to stop David in 6 rounds. But of course, he couldn't tell you how he would do it, right? I mean, it was just silly. It's the same thing. Listen, David, he was asked what was the difference between him and Plant, and he actually said, it's in a short that's gone viral, but he said, well, I'm black. So that was, he counted that as an attribute. So, these guys count melanin as the #1 attribute a fighter needs to possess to beat a Mexican,
no,
beat a Japanese, to beat a white guy.
Don't tell me
he did say it. I swear to God.
Oh,
yes,
man,
he made a joke. He laughed about it after. He said beautiful, called himself beautiful. I think he kind of called himself like, maybe I should add, like, maybe act like I'm joking, but he said, and I'm black.
Wow.
No, of course. They all do. I mean, Fulton did it. It's just, and in the LDBC, that was their boogeyman that Triple G was avoiding. Triple G would have broke that fucking kid's jaw in 2 rounds.
Man. Triple G would have
knocked him out in 2 or 3 rounds.
Murdered
that, bro. Back, especially when they were first talking about it in 2015, 2016, Triple G would have taken that kid's head off. It would have been an assault. Vegas police probably would have cuffed up the fucking Kazakhstan kid.
But this whole thing about
Benavidez is a problem, man. He's just, when he raised his hands after he dropped Andrade, I was like, damn, dude, this dude's a giant, man. The way he was raising his arms in the air,
He's
like a
long,
basketball player, bro.
right? Yeah, he's long, man.
Long, bro.
But,
By the
you
way,
know, and
can I
he's
say?
brimming with confidence. So you could see it in the scowl, you know, that menacing look when he's smiling with that grimace.
Yeah, he enjoyed it.
That's fucking super confident.
He enjoyed it.
Yeah, BD, like you just said too, like how many times now? I mean, it's become an old hat. Every PBC fighter from inactivity gets their fucking bell rung. They get out there, they put it on the line, they do like shit, and then they go, oh man, it's just the inactivity. Like you said, when you don't hear that shit
whose
going
fault
in.
is that? Right? Whose fault is that?
Exactly. Whose fault is that? You can't be 35 years old and expect that's the first time you're going to step up to the elite level competition and do well.
Well,
Never
like I
been
kept
fighting on the back foot, never been faced any kind of adversity in his career, always been the favorite to win. He was carefully crafted, resume, fought domestic level, never took a fight unless he positively knew he could win. So you just never, whatever
He arguably
talents he had,
lost.
he never polished them.
He
That's why
arguably lost though a couple of them too, Jimmy.
Yeah, and I try to go the lowest. Everybody, I waited to everybody's like 10, 11. I said 9. I was trying to do the prices right. I wanted to do the earliest round. The only one who went lower was Chibi, but he said, he'd win. But yeah, I'm not surprised. To be honest with you, a little surprised he quit on his stool. At least get fucking punched in the head, go down and get counted out, or make the ref stop it.
That's what I'm saying.
And then to at least have your fucking corner beg you. Like, I'm going to stop the fight. Play the game. No, don't stop it. I'm stopping it.
That's
you know what I mean? Like, make it act like you're begging him. No, I want to go to my shield.
That's
None
an
of that
excellent
shit.
point.
Yeah, no, let's go take a shower.
That's an excellent point. He didn't even, you know what? I hadn't even thought about that, Jimmy, the way you put it. Yeah, at least play the game. And because, sometimes they ask people, like, you want me to stop the fight? And, they stay silent, and that's their way of saying, and then afterwards they'll come
usually,
up.
Yeah.
But this time, it wasn't even that. He just, he was that. He just stayed silent. He goes, no. Man.
The ref walked over and asked, and he didn't respond. The ref said, like, they usually do that. Go.
Oh, did he cut off
Cut
again?
out again, Jimmy. Jimmy again, man. They got him.
Perfect.
They're getting
Me
to Jimmy,
again.
man.
Yeah, hey, eyes don't lie, man. He had that same look, but even worse when he got cracked by Liam Wilson. Just a preoccupation of concern and shit.
Yeah, you're
This
right.
one was
man.
working,
He was just.
right?
I thought he was. I'll tell you what I thought he was doing. I was watching on Never Sober's channel, and I was telling the guys, I was like, "Damn, man! Like every time he started to he would lead what BD was showing on a little bit of his on his preview. Like he was leading with the right hand, but he would get him to wheel out, and then he would try to wheel back, and he'd run him right into a left hook to the body, and he'd reverse it. And then he would hook him to the head, and then he'd run him into a right hook in the body. He did that for 3 rounds, and he was just eating him up.
I gotta see what some of these guys are saying, man. But by the way, yeah, people are saying, hey, BD, where would you rank Benavidez on the Andrade on the dogometer? I think it's safe to say he's got no dog. He's got a chihuahua inside of him. Because that was just, hold on a second. All right, so fellas, if you look at the screen, if you can watch your screen, if you can't, that's all right. But I got Benavidez up here on the dogometer, and he goes to a 0. He gets the fuck out of there, man. No dog. He does not move different. And by the way, I want to tell you guys something about that. Because I was reading Showtime Sean Porter on Twitter. Okay, people keep sending me shit, so I'm clicking a bunch of links here. But Sean Porter, one of the things he said during the first round, or after the first round rather, was he said, the thing y'all didn't know is Boo Boo been fighting this exact fight his whole life. Punch, turn, tie up. He beat me when we were 16 fighting just like this. No adjustments have to be made by him. 1-0 Boo Boo. And then afterwards, he says no adjustments have to be made. Yeah, you know why he can't make him?
1-0?
Because he's got no. After the first round, he was predicting that Andrew was going to be doing
he
this.
He didn't win that one round. He didn't win no one. I get Benavidez the first round.
So, BD, the problem.
I do too.
The problem with Sean Porter, he's a fuckwit.
Oh,
okay?
Come on, man.
He doesn't know. He talks a lot of shit. Completely off fucking base. And we saw that today. He was picking Andrade we saw what happened.
Oh,
So
wait. He beat Andrade. He beat Andrade to win.
He's got a podcast. Because you have a podcast, apparently you're a somebody. Apparently you're an authority. Apparently you know about boxing. Shut the fuck up. Fucking Sean Porter, you got knocked the fuck out every time you stepped up. Why am I even paying attention to you? Shut the fuck up. How about that?
Shit, look at Mirage. Mirage.
I'm sick of these. I'm sick of these motherfuckers talking shit like they know somebody because they have a podcast. I should make a podcast.
Well, Mirage, I think it has more to do. I think it has more to do. He's a professional fighter than having a podcast. Is why he has an authority on this.
He's a professional
that is
fighter.
The authority he has, right, Jimmy?
Yes, he's a professional fighter, Jimmy. And what happened? His fucking takes are fucking garbage. I should make a podcast.
Oh yeah, no, I agree with you there.
He's very short-sighted, man.
You think because I'm a professional fighter, I'm a fucking Einstein. I know everything. I'm a fucking expert. Yeah. That's not Sean Porter. Fuck Sean Porter.
Look at me. I beat Usyk when he was 10 years old.
Yeah.
I think they're getting jealous of Tim Bradley for worst take.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
You know what though? It's
Sean Porter, Tim Bradley. That's a tough. That's some competition. Yeah. Out of those two fucking peanuts.
You gotta understand that all those dudes at Pro Box and ESPN, they were never really punchers. Timothy Bradley, Paulie Malignaggi, Chris Algieri, what's the other guy? So they're always going to look at the boxer and they're going to favor the boxer over the guy that comes forward.
Especially like Algieri. Can you imagine?
Real quick, shout out to Excuse me. Shout out to the
forward fighter too.
Shout out to the
actually Melanjani.
Excuse me, guys. I gotta read the super chat. Shout out to the Gucci Berserk for his contribution with the super chat. He says, "Report: Paulie Malignaggi has spoke out and reaffirmed his beliefs that prime for prime, Demetrius Andrade still beats your favorite fighters." #ass. Now, come on, he didn't say that, Gucci Berserk. Come on, please don't tell me he said that. Shout out to the Gucci Berserk.
I don't know what that means.
And hit the like, fellas. Hit the like. Get us to 200. Get us to 200 likes. All right, 150 likes.
You gotta give credit to David Benavidez. Even if some people like Joe will say, "Oh, well, he's a fucking weight bully," but that's why categories exist. If you're fucking fighting at 168 and you made the weight legally, it is what it is. It's part of the game.
I'm happy he did it.
Honestly,
he got rid of this motherfucker. He did everybody a fucking service. Everybody should be
I don't know.
fucking happy.
Right now, I think Benavidez, the way he looked against Andrade, and I know Andrade is a little bit overhyped. I say, man, 50-50, him and Canelo. I give Canelo the slight edge, but I would not.
Make the fight. I'm sick of hearing about Canelo's going to do this, Canelo's going to do that. Make the fucking fight. Don't fight Munguia.
Oh, no, the fight's going to
fucking can.
They're not going to fight Munguia, evidently.
If Canelo believes what you're saying, if Canelo agrees with you, he's going to take that fight. He's going to show. He's going to expose this fucking hype job. People are saying he's ducking. If somebody was saying I was ducking, man, I would make that fight. I'll beat that ass. Let's see what he's going to do. Is he going to do that, or is he going to
Mirage?
Duck?
Hopefully, you would actually. Mirage would say that, like, man, I'm this, I'm that. Hold on. Mirage would say I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, and then once things start getting a little too hot, he's gonna quit in the corner. But he's not gonna say anything.
I ain't gonna quit. I'm gonna take it up, and I'm not gonna give up, man. You have to fucking put me to sleep. I'm gonna fucking keep throwing down. I'm gonna fucking do. I've got fucking seriously hard, man, and seriously. Hey, am I wrong? Hang on, am I wrong? Are we all sick of talking about what Canelo's going to do? Let's fucking do it. Am I wrong?
No, of course not. That's why I'm saying, why the fuck are we still discussing
let's fucking
this?
Do it. That's it.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm gonna put a moratorium.
Real quick. Here's how I see Canelo Benavidez. It would be a slower burn, but it would end up the same way that it did with Bivol. Canelo will get dominated.
Respect, bro.
I can see that.
Hey,
I want to see.
I don't know about that.
David's not going to fucking. Bivol is a good boxer. He's got no killer instinct. David, man, he's going to fucking punish. If he sees vulnerability, he's going to put it on you, man.
Slow feet, fast hands.
Who cares, bro? Who cares about slow feet? He throws fucking punches, man. He wants to fucking he wants to fuck you up.
No, I agree.
Feet.
But Canelo gets to be on the back foot finally.
Canelo is going to be eating lunches for breakfast.
He's going to like
breakfast,
this.
lunch, and fucking dinner.
Recognize
He's going to have
it's,
the full
it's not like
course.
Canelo has fast feet.
No, he don't have fast feet, but he gets to fight off the back foot a little bit. You know?
Right, that's what I was trying to tell people earlier. He's gonna want this. This is gonna be. I actually like this matchup because it's gonna be fun for everybody.
In reality too, with Bivol, the only connection really I would have with Benavidez is the height. They fight totally different. Bivol uses his feet and uses it, as a fence. So he bats in and out. Benavidez, he's a fighter. Whereas
he's a pressure fighter. Exactly.
Yeah, he's a pressure fighter. He doesn't cage. He's going to come in and he's going to exchange. Like he's not going to be hard to find. Like Canelo couldn't lay a hand on Bivol because he didn't allow it. Benavidez will be there.
But
that's
Jimmy,
the thing, though.
Canelo is not going to be hard to find as well. He's going to get both.
No, I know.
Right?
I'm not. That's not. I'm just saying it'd be totally different fight than fighting Bivol.
Yeah, people say that. People say. People say that. People say that.
Go on. BDA is talking. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, BDA. I have a hard time hearing you.
All right, man. Guys, do me a favor and boost my volume here on the Discord if you can. Just right-click on my.
I have you all the way up on my side.
All right, shit. All right, but what I was gonna say is people often say that about Canelo's gonna be right there to be found. I mean, this fucking guy isn't easy to hit even when he's standing in front of you, number one. Number two, he's a good counterpuncher. Benavidez, okay, he looked good against Andrade, but he was still making some of the mistakes that we outlined before. He overcommits to his straight right. So a counterpuncher, not a guy, because again, Andrade's not really a counterpuncher. Andrade's a guy who would flurry, he would shot guys with his speed, and then he would dance around, shake his ass, and he would do that to get to a decision. Benavidez hasn't ever fought a counterpuncher like Canelo. And you saw at Bivol when he put Canelo on the ropes, he was hesitant to engage because the fucking guy's waist movement is off the chart. So it's not going to be easy for Benavidez. The point number two is that I want to see how Benavidez reacts to Canelo's power. Because if between the first 5 rounds, if he doesn't respect that, it's probably over for Canelo. Point number three, I got to read a super chat here. Shout out to Rafael Garza for his contribution with the super chat. He says, if Benavidez is not given 40 hours to hydrate, Canelo takes him out via knockout. Oh, well, shout out to Rafael Garza for his contribution. And let me just say real quick, guys, give me 20 seconds. Give me 20 seconds. Give me 10 seconds. Give me 10 seconds. Just shout out to Rafael Garza for his contribution. And guys, hit that like. Get it up to at least 150. We're at 125, so we need 27 out. So we need 23 people to hit that like. 23 people hit the like right now, right, fellas? Go ahead.
Yeah, BDA, can I just say,
Canelo, I see.
Gonzalo, hang on. Gonzalo, hang on. Let me just cook.
Okay. Sorry.
So BDA, what you say is correct. Like Canelo has power, but fuck, what was I going to say?
Oh, come on, man.
Fuck, I lost
Hey, shut the fuck up, man. You're not going to get somebody else on.
I lost my train.
He's overwhelmed.
Okay, Gonzalo,
He's overwhelmed with victory right now.
A problem with Canelo's going to be if Benavidez don't let him breathe. Because Benavidez is good at reading the momentum and picking up the pace when you have these little lulls in the action. Yeah. And if Canelo can't catch his breath, like many times he can control when he's given the opportunity to like get it under control once again. But if you can't do that, it's going to be a problem because Benavidez is going to overwhelm you.
Yeah, that's where I see. That's where I see the problems for Canelo is how he kind of like takes a break, and if fucking Benavidez starts reading that and he just starts unloading punches. I mean, I'm not saying he's gonna knock him out, but that's scoring points. You know what I'm saying? That could win you the fight if the fight goes the distance. And if Canelo's getting tired in the later rounds and he keeps doing that,
breaks you down.
Discouraging. Yeah, that could be discouraging.
Yeah, I agree.
Now it's easier said than done because Canelo is a little like he's a tank. He's the real tank. So
yeah. The only thing I don't like about that is that he throws so much volume. Canelo kind of likes that kind of shit, especially if you look back into like his 154-pound days. He digs that when guys come at him. That's when, I don't know. I feel like he's been forced to become something he hasn't lately. And this might be a good opportunity for him to not have to be on the front foot as much because Benavidez isn't going to be on the back foot. That'd be interesting. Do you guys could you guys imagine that? Benavidez like circling the ring and Canelo walking forward. That'd be insane. I don't see that at all.
Here's my question: Where is Canelo on BDA's dog scale?
That's a very good question. That's the dogometer, yeah. In the dogometer, listen, Canelo, he earned my respect when he went toe-to-toe with Golovkin in that second fight.
Yeah.
And then he went after
But
Kovalev.
BDA, that was 6 years ago. BDA, that was 6 years ago.
It doesn't matter. He still took his shots.
Okay, can I say this? Can I say this real quick? I'll just say this. Speaking of Golovkin, Andrade, Golovkin was a real boogeyman. It's amazing to me how he gets overlooked. Even to this day, he gets disrespected on Twitter. Whenever I go to the cesspool, I see every once in a while, I see a comment saying, Golovkin was overrated, blah, blah, blah. And I'm thinking, he gave Canelo hell. He gave Canelo hell. Beat him the first time. So let's not act like this guy was... He was what they tried to make Andrade out to be. He was what they tried to make Andrade out to be. He was the guy no one really wanted to face.
Well, and here's the reason that I asked BDA, because to me, I would say you could probably make a good argument that Benavidez is the junkyard dog, right, of the dogometer at this point. Where is Canelo in relation to that?
That's a good... Okay, I get what you're saying. I mean, you know what?
He would be the Labrador. You know, he'd be the strong dog that's at the, how do you say it, like
he's not necessarily old or young, but they say that a dog is is at his strongest and widest and the biggest when he's 7 years old. So he's kind of getting old, but he's still a fucking a mean ass dog facing the younger dog.
Well, you know what's interesting
in
about
dog
that?
years, Canelo will be in dog years. Canelo will be 5 years old right now. He's going on 5, right? Because he's 33, and every year is 7 years. So But the thing with him is, you still got to take this into consideration. He was a pro boxer at the age of 15. He's had over 60 professional fights. There's some wear and tear. He's still very strong, right? But he is, in terms of boxing years, he is older than 33. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
15 years old, 33. If you do the math, that's 18 years of boxing. He's been as a professional. What are you talking
about? You're doing boxing math
I'd
here.
still say this would be his signature win.
We're doing gorilla math, BDA.
Because the Golovkin win was so close that, you know, how Juan Manuel Marquez keeps complaining, well, Canelo never fights guys that are younger than him.
That's a great win.
That was a great win, yeah.
Yeah.
But he needed a decisive win. He needed a decisive win.
But when he fought his best opponent, when he fought the best opponent he could fight in his career, was an undefeated Golovkin, and he lost the first fight. I think what would have made his legacy even better is if they would have actually penalized Canelo for losing, meaning they give him an L, and he came back in the second fight and won. That would have really made his career. I mean, it's still a great resume, but it would have really highlighted, like, yo, I beat the guy who beat me in the first fight. I fought him again, and I won. So to me, I always look at that. I always look at that second fight, to me, which could have went either way, as his best performance, because he was fighting probably one of the strongest fighters ever to fight at middleweight, probably the strongest.
Yeah, it was a very good stylistic matchup. By the way, fellas, I got the phone lines open, so you guys are gonna be on board here for a call. But please note that there's a delay between the phone calls and what you guys hear. So try not to jump all over the place here.
That means shut the fuck up.
All right.
Hey,
all right. Hold on, Gonzalo, we're taking a call. 111, you're on the air. 111, what's on your mind?
¿Me escuchan? Can you guys hear me?
Sí, te escuchamos. Órale.
Yeah. Hey, saludos, BDA. Saludos a toda la raza.
What's up?
Yo, bro, I'm not gonna lie, man. This is me, LT. I saw Andre, bro, getting fucking Benavidez into the ropes. Like, did you guys see that shit?
Yeah, we saw.
He was wrestling him to the. He wrestled him to the rope. Yeah.
Andre took him to the ropes and caught him clean several times. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Listen, man, the last performance I saw from Canelo, I mean, I saw him with a great endurance. I saw him throwing punches all fucking fight. And I saw him chasing the dude all fucking fight. Like, whatever question mark we had on his endurance and his gas tank, I think to me that was answered. He applied himself and moved up and fighting those hills. I think that helped him a lot. I'm not going to lie. And his hand seems to be healed up pretty well. I think it's going to be bread and butter, bro. That's the Canelo versus Benavidez. That's Canelo's bread and butter, bro. I'm not going to lie, bro. If fucking Andrade fucking punched that motherfucker clean, imagine Canelo, bro. And listen, bro, Canelo has been, like, knocked down at least each motherfucker he's fought at 168. And I don't think David Benavidez is going to be the exception. Each motherfucker he has fought at 168, he has dropped him down. Each motherfucker, bro. So you imagine Canelo with the time, bro. Man, I'm just, he's just going to catch this motherfucker clean. I'm not saying he's going to knock him out. I'm not saying he's going to knock him out. But I do think this motherfucker's going to make him kiss the canvas.
All right, hold on. LT. Mirage wants to retort. Shout out. Go ahead, Mirage.
LT, I just want to know, you can talk for hours. When's Canelo going to fight him? That's what I want to know.
Mirage,
you tell me that.
I didn't fucking call to talk to you, bro. I see you every fucking day in other fucking panels, bro.
Give me the date. I want a fucking date. I want to book that shit. When? What?
This guy, bro. We're going to have the same conversation I've had with this motherfucker for 2 fucking years, bro. On God,
when you have to book the date to get in the ring,
right.
That's very
tomorrow,
different.
Mirage. Tomorrow, Mirage. Tomorrow.
Cinco de Mayo. If he doesn't fight him Cinco de Mayo, I don't want to hear you.
Okay, bro.
You fucking never come on. You don't talk to me ever again. You get the fuck out of here.
No, Cinco de Mayo, bro. Okay, Cinco de Mayo, bro.
Cinco de Mayo.
Okay.
We're ready to go. David's locked
Cinco de Mayo, bro.
ready to go.
Whatever, bro. Whatever the fuck, bro. Right. You like it on the weekend, we can make it this weekend, bro. Whatever
I'm
the
fucking
fuck.
waiting, man. I'm
Makes
waiting.
Happy,
We're gonna cook Canelo.
Tomorrow, next week, next Sunday. For sure, bro.
Yeah.
I'm his fucking manager. I'll tell Canelo that you want to see him fight. Hold on, bro. I'll tell Canelo that you want to see him fight David Benavidez by this week, so I'll make that shit happen for you.
It's easy to talk.
I swear to God.
I can talk all day. At the end of the day,
this motherfucker, bro. I want to talk about a fight, bro. God, fucking Jesus, bro.
You give me a headache. You give me a fucking headache.
All right, well, listen. Let LT. Excuse me. Let LT.
This motherfucker's like herpes, bro. He's pressed everywhere, man.
Yeah. Okay. Well, listen. Finish your point, please, LT, because we do have to move on. Or if you want to jump on the panel too, by the way, I'm putting.
Yeah. Thank you for giving me your time, BDA. Yeah, thank you for giving me your time, man. But I just want to say, man, how I saw Canelo last time, bro. To me, his gas was on point. His gas and his hand seems he was throwing punches all night. This motherfucker, I think my obsession is this guy's gonna catch him clean. I mean, if Andre did, Canelo definitely will. By far, he's probably the most active, better timing, bro. This motherfucker's gonna kiss it. I can't wait. I can't wait till the fucking fight is made. I'm not gonna say he's gonna knock him out. I'm not going to say Canelo's going to knock him out cold, but yeah, he's going down for sure.
Come on,
kiss it. Definitely interesting fight. David Benavidez still squares up. Like, I saw him wobbling. So, yeah, man, definitely. Hey, saludos a toda la raza. Ahí estamos.
Así es, a huevo. Órale. Shout out to fucking LT, man. And by the way, we got another phone call here. Let's go to 302. 302, you're on the air. 302, what's on your mind?
Yeah, what's on my mind is how the fuck you dudes always bringing up black people and black race and all black fighters and this and that. Just because dumbass Ego, whoever the fuck Ego is, fuck him. That's his channel. That's not all black people. Those are dumbass fucking idiots who don't know nothing about fucking boxing, bro.
I'm sorry, caller, but you gotta go over there and go check
black people say shit like that.
Well, hold on.
That's
nobody,
dumb, dude.
Yeah, but nobody said nobody said that it was
every time I turn to the channel, it's always about race.
But who said? But, hold on. First of all, that's not true. First of all, hold on, caller.
Stop! Get off black people's dicks. Why don't you get off our dicks?
Well, can I answer the question?
Stop with dicks. That's what
can
you
I answer the question? Can I answer the question? Can I answer the question? Because you made your point. Can I answer the question? Because you made your point. Can I answer the question? Because you made your point. Can I answer the question? Can I answer the question? Because you made your point. We get it. All right. First of all, you said every time you tune in here. every time you tune in here, we're talking about black people. That's not true. Number one. Number two,
That is true. Every time I turn around, it's always some shit about black people you're talking about.
So when we were talking about Navarrete Valdez, we were talking about black people. There you go. So number two.
Every time I turn around, it's always some shit about some black people that you're talking about.
That's false.
Every
I just
time.
proved you wrong.
He's a boxing league or them. Then you link us in, but fuck him.
You get it out of your system, and then I'll talk. All right, get it out of your system.
Yeah, I have to because every time I turn around, that's all the fuck y'all be talking about all the time. If you really want to get technical, yeah, we fucking own boxing. We own boxing since the shit started. If you really want to fucking get technical, all right. When you think about boxing, what comes to your mind? No, seriously. No. Let's get technical about it. Seriously. When you think about boxing, who do you think about? Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson. Who else do you think about? Huh? You got Julio Cesar Chavez. Who else?
Really, nigga?
Seriously.
Nigga, what?
Who do you think about?
Nigga, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's what I thought. You better. That's what I thought. You better ain't this motherfucker. Roy Jones. Come on, I can go all day. Holyfield. Come on, let's just keep going all day. If you want to get Floyd Mayweather, if that's what you want to do, you want to get technical about boxing. You want to know who really won boxing? Who been running boxing for years? Come on, keep going.
So I don't understand what. Okay, now you got out of your system. I think. You called in. You said
pissing me off because you're always talking shit about black people all the time.
And why did we say? Well, hold on. Okay, but why did I caller? What did I say that pissed you off today? Today specifically.
Man, y'all always talking shit about black people.
Yeah, specifically. What did I? And are you understand my question, caller? I'm asking. No, he hung up. I mean, that's what I was saying. That's what I was telling the guy. Get it out of your system because then we can have a conversation. He just wanted to call in and complain. I mean, the black people, you guys pissed me off. It had to have been a troll. It had to have been a troll.
If Andrade had won, we would not be hearing that.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
I did bring up race, to his. Maybe he was listening when I did, but all I did was bring up what Andrade said when asked, "What will he do different? What's different from him and Plant that would make him harder to beat?" And he used his race the same way Fulton used his race with NUA.
But Jimmy.
If he would have let the caller
Jimmy, I got to stop you right there. Everything you're saying, I gave him a chance to say, what did you hear on this podcast that pissed you off? And he didn't say what you're saying. He just said,
No, he didn't.
Y'all pissing me off, man. Shit, you're pissing me off.
What did you say, nigga?
And he led into black supremacy. Then he went into, well, let's be honest. We run this shit, really? I mean, because if I don't see the West way
Jimmy, he's right. They run that shit. That's all they do in that fucking boxing now. All they do is fucking run.
That's all. No, but listen. I just gotta say. I gotta say. What you just saw in this call, this is what we've been dealing with for the past 5 years with Andrade. They're the ones that make. I'm not saying all Afro-Anglos, by the way, but for some reason in this field of boxing, they tend to be the most vociferous. And I mean, I appreciate it for entertainment purposes, but goddamn, could you at least give us some examples of why you're saying what you're saying? That we're always talking about black people. Then I ask him for some examples, and he just starts gasping and he sounds exasperated. Anyway, let's move on to something else. Okay, so Andrade, that's what I want to get back to here, fellas. Andrade quit, man. Was that? Who's saying something? Oh, Gypsy. Did Andrade quit?
Some feedback.
Oh, sorry. I'll just mute right now, Your Excellency.
Calm your mouth down, all right? Calm your sarcasm down.
Yo, BDA, I noticed something too. Now you're getting back to
all my time with him.
Hey, did you notice him working with Memo Heredia? He looked real good, and I'm gonna have to say that the punch that dropped Andrade, when I watched it in slow motion, I could dare say that was probably the hardest punch that David Benavidez has ever knocked anybody down with. It was heavy, bro. All that weight behind the shot, damn. That was like chopping right hand over his left hand.
That's what I was saying earlier, Gons. Like, he doesn't turn anything over. People are acting like he doesn't have any power. He doesn't sit down on anything.
he throws him at a different angle. He pushes upward. He uses his body. He pushes it from the floor in the same capacity as shot put.
I didn't see the fight. I didn't see the fight because I'm at work right now. Jimmy,
Well, it's probably
I'm at
good
work
that you
right now.
jump in on.
Yeah, I didn't see the fight yet. I'm gonna watch it tomorrow. I'm listening when I get back from work. But all I can say is, from what I've seen from his past performances, somebody said I think it was BDA said he never experienced a counterpuncher like Canelo. I feel like Canelo will walk Benavidez down. I haven't seen his bad. Andrade doesn't.
Why? Why? How do you think that's?
Because once he hurts him with one shot, which he will, because Plant's shots were buzzing off of him, while Plant's shots were technically backing up Benavidez from time to time. Dude, he's gonna walk him down.
Do you go out of your
I
way
see
to be
Canelo
different?
walking down Benavidez, but that's just me.
Yeah,
That is me.
it's just you. Every fucking time.
Benavidez, by the way.
All right, never mind. Go ahead.
This is coming from the guy that said Tyson Fury didn't throw that elbow on purpose.
See, it's feedback like this that makes me have a couple of questions for the panel. One, do you all agree that Benavidez Canelo would be a war?
Yeah.
Yes.
And
it'd be good.
Two, do you think Canelo has that kind of war left in him?
Yeah.
Yes. One more. I think he got one more left. One more left.
I don't know, man.
It might.
Yes.
He wins the fight. Although, if they were to fight, he should be the favorite. He should be. But I think he got one more of those left in him. And that's going to be a hard task because he's older. And this is a guy, if he comes in whatever way he was today, right? There's no rehydration clause. There's none of that stuff going on. He can be as strong as he was today. That Benavidez is going to be a hard task. But I think Canelo's still strong enough and got one more left in him.
Hey, by the way, real quick, shout out to I Am Your Leader for his contribution with the super chat. And he says, it's not our fault a black dude lost today. See, you know what I mean? Listen, hold on. Let me just say this. It's true. It's that type of call that attracts this type of comments. So, if you're going to make a racial, don't expect other people to just sit idly by and not make a racial. So shout out to I Am
he's
Your Leader.
right, though.
But look. It's the caller. The only point the caller did make correctly is that it's not all Afro-Anglos. It's just those grifters from the LDBC that they prop up these fighters as if they're the boogeyman. And then when it doesn't work out, they start crying about this and that. And at least he dared to be great. They don't keep the same energy with Lomachenko, though. With Lomachenko and Golovkin, those guys were exposed, blah, blah, blah. Even though they lose close decisions, but they were exposed. They were nobodies, grifters, two-bit boxers.
Or they don't care or they don't watch it, right?
Then, here's my counter-argument. How come every time I go on social media, they always make it about race?
Here.
There you go. Well, that's on Twitter at least, yeah.
Twitter, YouTube, it don't matter where I go, they make it about race.
I mean, you could put it this. I've seen them. Haymanites has it. There's a collage of it, like 7. And Darrell, I'll never lose to a white boy. Haney, I'll never lose to a white boy. Gary Russell Jr. Oh, I lean on my melanin. I get strength from my melanin. If you don't know what that is, go to Google. You get Wilder. You know why? You see this black skin. Everybody else in the sport's got white privileges. There's one ethnic group that consistently makes it about race. And then if you even counter what they say or even go along with what they're saying or even join the conversation, what are you going to bring up race for? And you're going
to get canceled. Look at Teofimo Lopez.
It's just crazy. I mean, you can't have it both ways. You can't make your race a part of it. Like what he did tonight. Well, you want to be honest with boxing, black people run boxing. Like, okay, well, there you go. So you're a black ethno-nationalist probably, and you think that's the way it's going to be. But then don't complain when it's been brought up.
He's still recovering from the Fulton knockout. Can you imagine? This is like fucking trauma for these idiots.
Well, listen.
Exactly. I mean, look at how many live right across the board. All you got to do is go to their Twitter.
No, it's pathetic, dude. You have
avatar. All the ones who said Fulton was going to win were black. Right across the board. And not only did they say Fulton was going to win, they're going to wash him. And when it would give reasons for it, well, because Andrade's never fought a black American. Like that, like being black is part of the attribute.
Just
who dropped spaghetti on the floor? Did you drop?
I just washed the knife off.
Oh, okay. It sounded like
My
you
bad.
shit in the fucking feces splash.
No, you know what it was? I had some leftover tres leche that dropped all over the fucking place.
Good for you, man.
It's just funny. Like, if a Mexican loses, you never hear Mexicans call up the podcasts ever, complaining, bringing up their race. Never.
I mean, you got
Or
some
white,
annoying
or
people
Asians.
in every group, but like the one thing, and I'm not saying definitely, I wouldn't say that it's like all black people. It's just that on this YouTube thing, there's a lot of weirdos.
It's all boxing, though. Come on,
all.
80%. How about that? What's the percentages? 75% of the black audience doesn't give a fuck about boxing. It's more
But you know
tribal
what,
for
though?
them.
Can I say something about that? It's not just the Afro-Anglo thing. It's overall, you got to accept the fact that the internet is a cesspool. It's not just Twitter, but Twitter is, for me, Twitter is worse because you got to type.
Yes,
whereas at least here you can talk with the people and it is easier. But overall, look, I was on the message boards talking boxing in the late 90s, and since then to this point, there was not the acrimony and the animosity that we get on YouTube and Twitter is nothing. I mean, it's twice what it was on message boards. There wasn't this acrimony, like I said, on the message boards. It's when I got to YouTube, that's when I see there's a lot of divide and there's a lot of BS and listen. I'll give you an example. Since we're talking about this now, I was trying to give, as I always try to give the underdog a path to victory that we can outline on the show, right? By showing clips and blah, blah, blah. So I was trying to give Andrade his props, saying, hey, maybe this is how he could win. But he's up against it, so I don't think so. But maybe he could. If he's going to win, this is how he's going to do it. And people would say, man, you are fucking, you know what you're talking about, blah, blah, blah. And then if I said, hey, Benavidez is going to win, then the hipsters came in and they go, Andrade has underrated boxing skills. He's that guy. The sweet science, on another level. So and then they make it about you.
You can't win.
Instead of talking boxing, they make it about your pick and about how you're wrong and how about you don't know what you're talking about. We should be on the panel instead of you, blah, blah, blah. And it turns into a whole, that's another dimension that I've started to realize this past 2 years. And I think I've talked about it with Gonzalo. These fucking people, they instead of wanting to break down a fight, they want to make it about what you said. Well, but you said, why are you so obsessed with what I said about the prediction? Just what did I say in the breakdown?
Well, you know why that is? I think we talked about this before because more people are concerned about destroying shit than they are creating things. So they're pissed off that you have a channel that's doing well. So they go out and they look at what you said and they literally document it and they try to destroy you off that precedent.
When you say you were in the message boards in the 90s, I kind of pictured you as that dude from the Netflix special called The Voyeur. That hangs out on the Raptors.
I knew Gonzalo wasn't going to take me seriously, man. But hey, by the way, we're 3 likes away from 150. 3 likes away from 150. So hit that like.
That 150.
Well, yeah, I guess the 150, man. Let's go, 150. All right, listen. Let's talk a little bit about the undercard. Because Andrade wasn't the only one to call it quits. Ergashev, he did well for 1 round. Then the Puerto Rican killer just put it on him.
Oh, dude, he haunted him. He haunted him.
Puerto Rican blood kicked in there.
I love it.
I don't know. I thought that was weird that Borat decided to quit in the fight, but whatever.
He hunted him down.
Come on, Borat. Did you call him Borat? Come on, man.
Was there an injury? Was there I didn't see the fight, so
he said he broke his foot or he hurt his foot.
You know what the problem
I
is?
started watching some Ergashev fights and I was like, damn, this dude is really skilled. He's a southpaw. He does everything right. He's got quick combos, good power. But that just leads me to believe that Suriel Matias is a power puncher, man. Like, pound for pound, probably one of the best. Him and Inui and Bitter Beef.
He's like,
because the dude is not even getting full momentum on his swings. They're like not so fast and just kind of like swings them a little bit kind of hard.
Do you think that's more of his pressure, though, Gons? I think his pressure is more than his power. Like, he just puts so much pressure on them. He had so much pressure on him, like even head pressure or chest pressure. He was all over him for a little bit. He just smothered him. And he was cupping him on the head a little bit, shifting him and hitting him with the right uppercut. He folded him.
Matias and Benavidez have rock heads and apply pressure.
Yeah, I mean it's you know what it is? These Central Asians and Eastern Europeans that fight Matias, because Matias he's gone through about 4 of them, I think, at least. They don't understand. They look at a guy with the earmuffs and the turtle shell, and they think, "Oh, I'm just gonna break through it." And then when it doesn't work, and the guy just keeps coming, they just hit the guard, and then they back up. You got to catch him while he's punching. I know it's easier said than done, but I don't understand. For some reason, these Central Asians and Eastern Europeans, that's the way they try to do it against him. And they think, oh, I'm just going to hit him in the guard and then move around the ring. Hit him on the guard, move around the ring. You got to fucking catch him in between, man, because this guy will just keep on coming. And his guard's not that bad either. He deflects shots with him. He's got a dynamic guard. So he's a fuck. Hey, who would you guys pick between?
He's tough.
He's got good size for that weight class, BDA.
How would you see? I think Haney's gonna outbox Prograis, by the way. But how would you see Matias versus Haney?
He's gonna fuck him up. He's gonna fuck Haney up.
If
he's gonna fuck Haney up bad.
Man, I don't know. I think Subriel might.
I'm stamping it. I'm stamping it. He's gonna fuck him up bad. Like 8-9 rounds.
He's gonna add him to his body count.
How good is Matisse's clinch game?
It's pretty.
I mean, yeah. Ergachev was trying to clinch with them, and Matias caught him. Matias caught him with like 4 successive uppercuts.
Yeah, but Haney's a world-class, elite-level clincher in boxing.
He's Greco-Roman, right? So what you're gonna say? That's the next thing Muck's gonna say.
Yeah.
If Tiny Loma could wear Haney out, Matias kills him.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. You know.
He's already made like 5 dudes quit on the stool, like after 5 or 6 rounds.
He has good power.
Well, you know what?
The power and the pressure is crazy.
Let's see what he looks like.
He's
what he looks like in the Prograis fight at 140 pounds, having to cut less, 5 pounds less now. He should be stronger. Let's see what he does, because as of right now, like if I had to base it on what they've done to this point, yeah, so it makes sense that Subriel will kill him in the later rounds, knock him out, like anywhere from like the 9th round to the 12th round. He would just beat the shit out of him and stop him.
Well, that said, I don't think Haney has any intention of fighting Matias.
Yeah, because it's interesting,
Probably
man.
not.
They chose Prograis right after he looked bad against Orlia. And it's very coincidental.
Right.
Very coincidental.
Well, you think Subriel's already stopped every man that he's faced? He's knocked out. So he avenged Petros Anayan loss when he was smoking too much weed. Whatever the case, he knocked that dude out and everybody else.
Well, what about the real champ? What about the real champion at 140? What was his name? Jack Catterall. Him and Haney. Who do you guys have winning?
Oh, that would be a hell of a clinch fight. Probably Haney.
I mean, both guys have the distinction of being unable to stop Jorge Linares. So, I mean, that should tell you, that lets you all you need to know about what type of fight it would be. But I would maybe give the edge to Haney.
If you can't stop Linares or Gamboa, that's saying something. You're a hell of a fighter.
Hey, by the way, I'm reading Twitter here. Some guy goes, Bubu Andrade got a whole lot of respect tonight. His skills are unreal. We need to see him again. I'm thinking, what? See, this is what I'm talking about on Twitter.
Did you watch, bro? What fight did you watch? What are you talking about? This guy got destroyed. He got humiliated.
You go to his timeline, it's probably full of all Gennady ducked him for years, that nobody wanted him. I mean, come on. They labeled him. What about that whole retarded fucking sentiment that he doesn't want to fight black fighters? Like, what I mean?
Jimmy, listen.
Cool, Triple G. He fought Daniel Jacobs.
Oh no, Canelo. That's been hung on him. That's stupid moniker.
Canelo fought Daniel Jacobs.
Come on, man.
Exactly. Oh, I know. I don't. Yeah, I totally understand. It is what it is, and I bet you that's one of those guys who said that. And now that he realizes all those things he said, he sounds foolish, and that he never knew what he was talking about.
Listen, I don't
I'm
pay
like,
no
Ego, how
mind.
does
I don't
anybody
pay
even
no
talk
mind
to
to
that? Listen to
somebody.
that idiot for boxing.
I don't pay no mind to somebody who never fought anybody, and then on top of that, when he does fight someone, he gets destroyed in 6 rounds. Like, please.
Hey, I got a
You're
question.
nobody.
When Canelo told Andre to his face that he was a horrible fighter,
You're horrible. He
did
was
this
right.
sort of prove it, or is it too much? I mean,
Yeah, he was 100 right.
He was right. Can you imagine? He's like, I don't need to fight you. I already
Yeah,
know.
like you are a fucking horrible fighter. That's what you are.
Yeah, because skills goes hand in hand with your ability. Skills goes hand in hand with your ability to go the distance, right? Because if you say, okay, Andrade displayed skills, well, I could also say he was fighting out of desperation because he knew the hourglass is fucking running short, and he was fighting with everything he had, but only as far as it could take him, which was only 3 or 4 rounds.
That's what to say. He was pretty desperate. Oh, pretty much from the 4th round on. That's bad. He had them all fucked
I
up.
think when you're a fan of someone and you think he's a really good fighter, your opinion is just your opinion. But when you're an elite level fighter like Canelo, I think his point of view is a little bit better. When he says a guy like Andre is fucking trash, like, you kind of just look back at it and you say, man, let me look at his fights, and you be like, yeah, the dude's trash. That's what he is.
Mr. BDA, I just got a DM from Hamanites, and he put in a meme. I don't know if that's the one he's going to send out. He's got Andrade dressed as the Grinch. It doesn't matter if your skills are the best of all. When your heart is 2 sizes too small. It's from that. That was the nursery rhyme in the Grinch.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, Dave Ryan. Yeah.
I gotta ask
and it
Gypsy.
shows him in front of the X-ray with the heart 2 sizes too small, and it's so true because that's something I say all the time, man. I don't give a fuck how good your skills are. If your skills end at your heart. Like, you can be the most skilled fighter in the world, but if you got no heart,
he didn't want to fight it out.
Forget it. You ain't gonna. Yeah, exactly.
I know. That's why I was like, I was really disappointed in that, because like he was sitting there on the chair and he was kind of looking a little puffy, but he wasn't really fucked up yet. His body probably was, because Benavidez was like really clipping him with some good body shots, and I think that's probably what sat his ass down on that stool. He's like, I don't want to get off this right now.
Didn't even walk to the stool wobbly. It wasn't like he walked to the stool at the end of the fucking 5th all wobbly with his feet like out, like he didn't know where he was. He was just losing badly. And what happened was he was tasting his powers. Yeah. Yep. And he was tasting the power, and he didn't like it. And he was just like, no, this kid's tougher than me. He's beating me up. I'd rather just quit in the corner. And then you always ask yourself this, 35, why didn't he ever fight anybody? You know what I mean? It was always excuses, but at the end of the day, when you don't even fight the guys in the top 5, and if you do, it's guys who are dragged up from smaller weight classes, there's a reason for it.
Of course.
But that's why
and he had some good rounds.
Yes, he
he had some good rounds. He had some good rounds. Was he trying his damnedest? Yes, he was trying his damnedest. Was Benavidez trying his hardest? Probably not. He was breaking him down methodically. But the thing that Benavidez can do from one round to the next, in one single round, he can hand you down a beating. So when he was doing it like step by step, gradually, and the other guy was trying his hardest, but he said, it's about time that I do it from one round to the next. He stepped it up, and Benavidez took him apart. Sorry.
And I just want to say, too, for people who do know Andrade, he's a local kid. Everybody I know who's ever met him, it's only been a few people, but even Mickey met him a couple of times and says he's a really nice guy. Like a real cool dude. He doesn't have attitude. He doesn't talk shit to people. So I just want to put that out there. It's not personal. I'm not trying to, come at the kid like that. Jimmy, I got nothing bad to say. It's not like he's been out getting arrested and doing knucklehead things. What's that, Mr. BDA?
You're a better person than I am, because now it's personal for me after the non-performance he put on. And may I just say, shout out to Don Chile Relleno.
I love it.
Shout out to Don Chile Relleno for his contribution with the super chat. He says, Bomdrade exposed. didn't have that dog. I mean, that's the way it seems like to me, Don Chile. I mean, I paid for a pay-per-view and I expected I expected a result, which is for him to give it his all, just as I expect of everybody that steps into the ring. If he failed to deliver, I'm gonna have a couple of things to say about it the next day. And by the way, shout out to Don Chile. May I also say, I don't know if this is true or not. I'm looking at Twitter here, and it says people in boxing groups on Facebook aren't taking it too well. So they've got this picture here. Let me see if I can put it up here for you guys. I hope it's a joke, man, because I don't. We had that caller that called in earlier, and listen, check this out on the screen. I don't know if you guys can see it I'm not sharing my screen, but if you go on your screen on the YouTube, you're probably gonna be able to see it. I'm gonna tell you what it is. It says it's pointing out to Benavidez' trunks. And he's got the padding there on the belt line, and somebody says, "Y'all really gonna celebrate this victory?" And Benavidez cheated. You can clearly see that his trunks was loaded, extra padding around the hips to minimize the impact of body punches. That's why Andrade's body punches wasn't hurting him. Wasn't hurting him.
His trunks were loaded.
His ass was.
Are we gonna do this now? Are we really doing this?
I mean,
his trunks were loaded. Okay.
Wait. So
wow, this is new.
How does that equate to body punches? Is he talking about like low blows not being effective?
Well, I mean, to be fair, let's say he did pad it. Wouldn't that spread the impact even more throughout the body?
It's a good question. I tell you what, I've put on the thing, the body suit there for the body blows when I hold the mitts. There was this one fucking Haitian dude. He hit super hard, man, and I could feel it. And yeah, I felt it through the whole body. Eventually, first of all, I'm super strong. My abs, I don't even work the abs; they're just naturally strong. So I understand if somebody wasn't as strong with the core as I am, they would fucking probably be worn down by that. So maybe you got a point there, Amak. Maybe.
No,
he's so stupid.
A padding around like up around your waist. If you had thicker padding, the only way that would help. See, what happens is it's almost as similar to your brain touching the side of your head that makes you knock out. When there's an effect that happens when you get a punch in the liver and you drive the liver up into your body cavity, and basically you push it against you pinch it against the spine. And it's a delayed reaction. A doctor, I have the link saved. He breaks it down perfectly. He's a gastrointestinal doctor, a surgeon actually, and he breaks down a body punch. Why he explains it takes that delay, what's happening to the body, because it has to travel up to your brain, then to your body, down to your legs. And it's usually because you have to fold the liver.
Interesting, man. That's very interesting. No more doctors, though, Jimmy, on the show. We tend to get in trouble whenever we have doctors on the show. But that's
for the record, he don't represent 805. Just throw that out there.
But okay, so
I don't know if. So stay where you are, real quick, BDA. I don't mean to interrupt you, but stay where you are. So he stacked his groin, is what I'm hearing, right?
He loaded his ass. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, all right. Loaded ass. All right. Continue.
Well, the jocks, the boxing jocks, go up. You know what I mean? They rise up. I mean, I hated them. They made you hot. I don't like when you sat down either. They just stuck into you. That's why a lot of times you see a guy, hold when a fighter sits down. You'll see his manager reach out, grab the front of his drawers or his pants, and he pulls them forward his shorts because it helps you breathe. Because if not, the jock literally goes up under your bottom rib. I hated them. That's why I always wore my regular fucking baseball jock. I get in trouble because the guy at the owner of the gym didn't want nobody doing that, but whatever.
My only response would be the only low tonight was in Dudu's shorts.
Oh, come on. Wait a minute. I mean, I think that might have been a troll job, but we'll have to wait until tomorrow to see if it spreads across the internet. Because you never know, man.
Can you imagine what they'll come up with?
That's crazy. That's a new one. That's a new one.
But BDA, how nice is Andrade, if you think about it, because look, he still doubled down. He said, "Oh, that dude didn't beat me." He wasn't honest to himself.
Wait, he really said that at a conference?
He said it in the ring.
Oh, he's a piece of trash. He got his ass whooped. He got outclassed.
We can barely hear you, Julio. We can maybe you need to get close to the mic or something. You sound like you're far away.
All right, let me fix my.
But yeah, that just to clarify, what he said was, he didn't beat me because he was better than me. He just beat me because he's a big guy. He said, and I was away for.
All right.
That sounds like verbatim what Gary Russell said after he lost to Loma.
But
Then
what again,
what about Coquet and Von Ness?
Wait, what about now? Do you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
You're still low though.
Oh yes. I'm low. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Sounds like
It's your testosterone, bro. It's your testosterone.
A little better.
Yeah, speak with your chest.
you're gonna have a hard time keeping up with it.
I'm just playing, dude.
I have
We
a
got
boner
Gypsy-
right now, actually.
All right.
Okay, now you sound
Sounds like you're talking to like a fucking 10-foot paper towel dowel.
Yeah, I don't know why I have one, but I do.
Now you sound good. Now you sound good.
Yeah, I sound right now. Yeah, I brought
what type of
my audio
microphone
with
do you
me.
have? Just real quick, real quick.
Is it good now? All
It's
right,
good, it's good.
yeah,
Hold on.
dude, that dude got his fucking ass whooped. All right, he got his ass whooped. He got outclassed. Come on.
What type of microphone are
He's
you
making
using?
all those. What is it sounding right now?
What type of microphone do you use?
I'm using
a Yeti?
Audio Technica. I have an Audio Technica mic.
Audio Technica. Ooh la la.
That should be pretty good.
And I have
The one's hanging up at the register at 7-Eleven.
Nah, come on.
No, shit.
I'm just kidding.
and the interface I have is really high end, so I don't understand. I mean,
I was just busting stones, dude.
What's
applications are terrible? Like Discord.
what's the
No,
preamp?
that Jimmy, that's his voice.
Can I ask Jimmy? Hey, Mark,
Whose
shut
voice?
up.
No, I mean, come on, Benavidez. I mean,
Shut up.
Dude, I call him.
You're just gonna suck off David Benavidez. We already know.
Hey,
Yeah, calm down.
And what?
I mean, Benavidez is
David
a real
did
deal,
the
man.
business.
He is a monster, man.
Jimmy,
at the beginning
were you
of the fight,
impressed?
he was boxing.
Hold on, one at a time. One at a time. Hold on. One at a time.
Break it down, bro.
Hold on. First of all, hold on, fellas.
No, I was not really fully impressed because-
Fellas. Hold on,
I think David could have got him out of
Shut
there.
up. I didn't ask
Hold
you,
on,
man.
hey,
I wanna
fellas,
talk
can you
to
hear me? Can you hear me?
Calm down. Yeah, I can hear you.
First of
Can you hear
all,
me?
I can hear you now. First of all, you guys got to cool down. Number one. Number two, shout out to Don Chile. Shout out to Don Chile Relleno for his contribution to Super Chat. He says Chlamydia Shields is crying right now. Well, we know where she's always trying to push. And she doesn't even watch full fights, by the way. She only watches highlights, so maybe she didn't see this beat down. But shout out to Don Chile Relleno. Number two, I gotta put on a little order here. First of all, I think Mirage is confusing FUTV with Amok. I think that's number one. Number two, let Julio say what he wanted to say, and then we'll let Mirage go. All right?
Wait, Mirage. Let me say this.
At the end of the day, I think they're both fuckwits, so it doesn't really matter.
All right, but
I know Jimmy's a bit of a critic of David. David fought a slick boxer, and he fucking ended the show in in 6 rounds. I want to see Jimmy.
Wait.
Are you going to give credit? Are you going to give credit to David?
Holy shit.
Are you going to give credit to David for this performance?
No.
Don't answer that, Jimmy. Don't answer that. Let Julio go because he was supposed to talk.
I like David, but now since you're a fan of him, I fucking hate his guts.
Oh,
I hope he gets knocked out in his next
That's
fight.
not a good criteria.
Yeah, that's all right. So what I saw in the fight is I think David could have finished him, and I actually I picked.
We should have finished him sooner, so maybe 2 rounds. Is that where you're going?
Let me speak, please. Look, I predicted David will knock him out in 5 rounds, but the problem is that David was boxing him for the first 3 rounds. And then he just became the Mexican monster in the third.
I thought Andrade won the third round.
No, he was boxing him. David was boxing him.
So what?
And then he became a pure pressure fighter. So what I'm saying is I think David could have put him out in probably 4 to 5 rounds.
Okay. When did Canelo stop Jamel Charlo at that 154-pounder? What round was that?
He didn't stop him at all, did he?
Oh, he didn't stop him.
No,
exactly.
I think
David took care of business in 6 rounds. That's what you do when you get guys in there that you fucking need to fucking
I predict David's going to beat Canelo.
That's what a monster does. You don't go 12 rounds with a 154-pounder.
Raj asking rhetorical questions.
He's not even listening to what he's not even listening to what Julio said. Julio just agreed.
We didn't even see David was in second gear, and he
Julio,
finished
hold on. Mirage.
Let's fucking go.
Mirage. Mirage, Julio just agreed with you.
I just agree with you.
You're having a debate.
I don't care if he agrees. I want to cook him anyway. How about that? I don't give a fuck.
It's
too late.
I don't like him. I don't like him.
It's food TV.
Oh man, that was a good one. That was a good one. I don't care if he agrees with me. I'm going to cook him anyway.
TV, what do you mean?
We can today. Hey, BDA, we should be celebrating tonight, whatever the fuck is the Mexican monster.
Exactly.
Put on a show.
I think
Floyd Mayweather was there.
Mirage is covered.
Floyd Mayweather.
Mirage.
Mike
Honestly,
Tyson was there. This is appreciation night. David Benavidez appreciation night.
Mirage's bedroom is covered in fucking AI art.
I'm going to be here.
Every time a fighter goes in,
away. You thought I was going away. I'm going to be here a long fucking time.
Dude, Mirage got fucking naked Benavidez AI art all over his entire room right now.
Come on.
He's covered in oil.
That's probably the best line I've heard all night, though.
Every time a fighter goes out, you like to see something. Has he worked on something? Has he done something? Has he learned from his last fight? And I saw an improvement in Benavidez, and what I saw was he was much more plodding. He didn't rush out there. He didn't overshoot. I thought in the first 2 rounds he was very he was really watching. He was watching Benavidez. I mean, Andrade. He was really paying attention. He was just kind of jabbing. He wasn't worried about losing or winning those rounds because he was trying to get his distance. Just getting his distance, get the dude's timing down.
He had to figure out.
I wasn't forcing nothing.
One at a time. Let me say
this. My customer off. What it looked like to me is it looked like he was trying to box. He was trying to do something different. And then he said, "Fuck this bullshit," and then he just came forward like Margarito style, just pressure fighting.
Yeah, but he had to figure out a lot of different things.
No.
He did.
One at a time, fellas. One at a time. One at a time, fellas. Fellas. Hold on. First of all, I didn't even know if Jimmy was finished. I heard him say that he wasn't. So, Jimmy, were you finished?
Go on.
No, I wasn't. By the way, I just didn't want to get yelled at anymore. But no, I wanted to say that I appreciate the fact that he didn't just go caution to the wind, go out there and try to you could see he learned from the last fight, meaning I think he got the nerves out of the way, which was good. That with the Plant fight was his, first big fight. So now every time you get used to shit, now he was much more relaxed in there. You could see the way he was looking through the tops of his eyes at him, and he was just kind of pawing a couple of his shots. He wasn't worried about winning or losing those rounds because he knew what he was going to do. And I saw him more of a thinker in there tonight instead of just going out and just fucking trying to maul him out and just take him down. Mm-hmm. I picked him again. I thought he would break him down by the 9th, get him out of there by the 9th. I was fully believed that would happen. So yeah, no, I was impressed because anytime a fighter at the pro level you see change for the better, that's a plus. So I did see growth in his game tonight.
This is the thing.
Possibility of it ending sooner. Jimmy, I saw a possibility that it ending sooner, but I didn't go with sooner. I just went with 9th because I thought Andrade would run away. He would run around the ring and all that kind of shit. That's why I went with 9th.
You don't know shit about boxing. You don't know shit about boxing. Why are you even talking?
I mute myself. I'm going to mute myself. The guy said about the elbow with Tyson Fury is to give Usyk a chance that he can beat Fury, just to make him feel comfortable. That's why he elbowed Nagano when he could have threw a right hook instead. Does that make you feel better?
Why are you yelling? Where the fuck did Fury come into play here again?
What is happening here?
No, so what Jimmy? I had a customer. That's why I had a customer. No, you shut up.
Shut up, David. Why are you talking? Why the fuck are you talking about Tyson Fury?
Yeah. I don't.
Let me just follow on what Jimmy said. Yeah, because people forget, David's only 26. He's had 26 fights. He has a lot of improvement to go. He's a lot to learn. And I said before, he's going to learn from the Caleb Plant fight. He rushed too much against Caleb Plant.
Yeah,
and I think he learned from his mistakes. And we saw
that's what I saw tonight. Yeah, no, that's what I was looking for tonight. I was looking to see him be more calm. And I thought he did learn from that.
Dude, let me say, there was no nerves in there. He wasn't nervous at all. He was just doing something. Dude, he was just doing. Yeah, let me say this. He was just doing something a little different. He was trying to box him, and he was like, "This shit don't work. I'm just gonna walk him, fuck him down, and destroy him."
It's not nerves. It's excitement. You get like
It wasn't like that though, dude. Like you're acting like he's like, oh, this isn't working. I'm just gonna beat him up now. No, he like literally No, he didn't. He systematically took pieces from him throughout the fight. When he tried to clinch him, he took the clinch from him. He took the outside from him. To me, he just didn't decide to do it. He took things like round by round.
It didn't look like that to me. It looked like he went 3 rounds and he changed it up, and he became the Mexican monster.
I have another couple of questions. Hold on. Is this the sharpest that Benavidez has looked? And does this show that he rises to the occasion?
I mean, the dude.
Considering,
I thought he looked sharper against Lemieux.
Look, dude, David didn't even break a fucking sweat, dude. He beat this guy.
He wasn't letting his combinations go even enough.
I heard you guys talking about. I got a question. At any point in time, did Demetrius Andrade hurt Benavidez?
No, not at all.
Did he hurt Benavidez in any kind of sort?
What about the peanut saying, "Oh, David's going to get knocked down"? David's going to get knocked down.
No, not really.
No, I never said David's going to get knocked out, man. I'm saying that at one point in time, did anybody notice that Andrade slightly hurt? Slightly. I'm not saying massively. Slightly hurt. Slightly hurt Benavidez.
The low blows, dude. He hit him with some low blows. He hit him some good low blows.
I don't know. I have to rewatch it.
I haven't watched the fight. Once I watch the fight, I'll figure it out. I'm driving right now, bro. I just dropped the customer off.
Look, he hit him with low blows. That's his best shot in the whole fight. Was Andre landed some good low blows. That's about it. Outside of that, he's trash.
Okay, that's all you know. Because I heard
Andrade wasn't even letting his hands go.
No, he was trying. He was trying, but he ain't on that level. He ain't on that level.
He realized very soon.
David is going to beat Canelo. He's going to beat him. Don't worry. It's gonna happen.
They need to get in the ring. They need to get in the ring.
Based off an untested 160.
No. I could just see it. Just the style. The style's all wrong for this old Canelo. It's all wrong.
The styles will make sense if he could actually hurt Canelo, but I don't think he can.
He will. He will hurt.
He will hurt. He doesn't. Hang on. He doesn't have to hurt him with one punch.
He will hurt him.
It's literally an avalanche. It's an
avalanche. An avalanche of one. All it takes is one good shot that Canelo counters him, and we'll see how much his legs are going to hold.
You guys are crazy.
You think David hits harder than?
Hold on.
You guys think David hits harder than Kovalev?
No, but he has enough power.
That wasn't
the question. What we're talking about. He does have power.
Wait. Hold
David hits harder than Bivol. He hits a lot harder.
Hold on a second.
He doesn't hit a lot harder, but he has power. Which you say
that's not the question, Mark. It's about. Hey guys, hold on.
The numbers are dropping.
It's about volume.
The guy's talking about Canelo and this one big punch, right? When has Canelo ever gotten a one punch stoppage other than a con?
A fixed fight, yeah. A fixed fight.
Very rare.
One punch. Rare. I'll tell you which one. Plant. He fucking wrecked his head with a left.
Joe Saunders?
Plant's a bum.
What about
he almost decapitated
what are you talking about?
I mean, this makes no sense, though. This makes no sense. This makes no sense. Plant's a bomb, but Benavidez couldn't stop the bomb, though. I mean,
no.
Yo, BDA. To be fair, the referee saved his life.
Can I ask you guys, what if Canelo can't hurt David? Hang on.
He hit him in the nuts and he recovered.
What if Canelo can't hurt David? What happens?
But that's
he's not going to. He's going to get. He's going to get
stopped.
Could have boxing for 12 rounds would that get sang?
Hold on. That's a good point. That's a good point because that's what I asked an hour ago. That's why I said an hour ago that one of the factors that you're gonna have to look at is can Benavidez take that punch? And I gotta tell you, for the first 6 rounds against Caleb Plant, he was weary of that hand speed and how fast the punches were coming. That's why he was in a bit of a shell because he respected Caleb Plant's power. He didn't respect Andrade's power because Andrade was flurrying and Benavidez knew as soon as this guy's done flurrying, I'm just going to dog walk him and take away his stamina. Yeah. It's going to be a different proposition against Canelo because Canelo's not going to run, but he's going to be moving the head, he's going to be parrying, he's going to be blocking shots, and he's going to counter better than Andrade and Plant did. So it's going to be a different proposition.
But Andre's a bigger puncher than Plant, much bigger puncher.
And Canelo hits harder than both those guys as well.
Canelo's. I think his power is very overrated. I don't think he punches as hard as people think he does.
I don't think Andre punched that hard. I thought Plant did better damage than
Andre's dropped guys in the beginning of
You can't
fights.
sit there and say Canelo's power
So
is
what?
overrated.
Look
when
what you
prove
just
that
saw.
Canelo's power is overrated. Definitely overrated.
Broke the cheekbone of Billy Joe Saunders. What else did he fucking do that Canelo? I mean, amazing. Like his power is decent. It ain't Golovkin power.
He's not.
But he definitely hits harder than Bivol, and he for sure
Canelo does not. Canelo does not hit harder than Bivol. That's for damn sure.
He does.
Hey, hold on. You know what? I'm curious, Julio. I haven't asked you. Julio, I haven't talked to you. I haven't talked to you since Wild Rapid's been MIA. So I'm curious to hear.
Oh yeah.
With the Crawford thing, do you still think the Crawford Spence fight was there were hijinks involved in there?
There's definitely some things going on. You see, the guy doesn't want to go up and fight him at a better weight. He wants to fight him at 147 again. That dude is afraid of Spence. Still, he's afraid of him.
That's a bitch move, bro. I know.
He needs look. He needs any advantage possible.
Oh God!
Look. Yeah. Let me speak. Look, if the guy's a bum and he's nobody, why the fuck you got to drain him out? Why can't you just fight him at one? Look, he wants to fight Canelo. So why don't you fight Crawford? Why don't you fight Spence at 160? Why do you need to make him come down to 147 again? That dude's a fucking bum, dude.
Why would he?
Why would he? Because he's trying. He's
but
right?
let me pose you a question. For 5 years, Spence made him jump through hoops. For 5 years, Spence made him. Well, let me ask the question. For 5 years, Spence made him jump through hoops. Made him look like fucking. Tell him say this. Oh, I want 80-20. He put all these. Oh, go get a belt. You need to cross the street. All these stipulations happened. It took
Jimmy.
Hold on. Let me finish, man. Let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
No, I was just gonna say. At first it was. You need to get a belt first. He goes on and gets a belt.
Exactly.
And then he started with the 80-20 split.
It had
and
to.
then he said, okay, well, fucking whatever. And, all right, and then he went in there and then he demolished him. Now, here's the thing. I guarantee you, Al Heyman, well, first off, he's saying 147 because now I'm in charge. You're going to dance to my tune. That's how he's acting. If he wants to be a little cunty about it, he can do that. But you can call him a bum, but he beat the fucking dog snot out of him. He beat a one-sided thrashing.
He beat a fucking drain to death guy, and it wasn't one-sided.
It was a one-sided. It wasn't one. Wait a minute, hold on. Let me just ask you, and I'm gonna let you talk. Explain how that wasn't one-sided. Explain what Spence even did to make that look good.
Let me say, he's asking me the question, dude. Look. The guy's drained to death, first of all. But I'm gonna rescore that again on my channel. And I think Spence was winning the majority of the rounds. He was just getting dropped by fucking jabs. The dude was dead in there, dead. That's from the guy being dead. Look. Let me say this. Look, this motherfucker can't even knock out Amir Khan. He's gonna knock out Spence. No, the guy was dead. The guy was drained to death.
Julio, please. 1 second.
Was he drained to death against? What about when he fought? What about when he fought Ugas?
No, he wasn't drained to death. He wasn't.
That was like years ago, wasn't it?
So he's in his 30s. He's in his 30s. He's been fighting at 147 his entire professional career. And it was that one night, and when he fought Spence, or was it the alcohol? Like he even admitted
maybe
the alcohol and the drugs he was taking.
No, I got it on my channel. I got a video about it. Look, the guy made him come to a certain weight. He knew he was fucking dead in the ring. He's getting dropped by jabs. Come on, man. He's getting dropped by jabs.
I have a question for you, Julio. How can you say a guy is weight drained who has made his bones at 47 and was in fact known for his size at 47? No, because look,
right? there's other
how can
things.
an advantage be a disadvantage?
Oh, there's things behind the scenes. I'm pretty sure there was a weight cap where he didn't let him hydrate. That's the problem. He didn't let him hydrate.
I'm gonna help you out.
There was no weight limitation.
Sorry, dude, I can't hear you. Who's speaking? I can't hear you.
Yeah, Gypsy man, Gypsy. You sound horrible. The audio.
Sorry, there's two people speaking at the same time.
Can I piggyback off what Jimmy said?
Hey, Julio, you're making no sense, bro. You're making no sense. Nobody made nobody come to no way. It's for undisputed. The two guys
What
had
are you talking about?
titles.
They got weight draining, man. With people, Canelo made Danny Jacobs come in with a
Oh,
weight
sorry.
cap.
I thought you were talking about Crawford and
No, I'm
Spence.
talking about all of them.
My bad.
All these guys, they all have these weight
What
caps.
the fuck are you talking about? You need to be specific then.
Let me speak, dude.
You're generalizing fucking bunch everybody together.
You're talking all over.
Specifically, what are you talking about?
Let me say it. Let me say it. I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna find out where you live. Look, what they do is behind the scenes they make these deals, right? It's like you can't come up to this amount of weight. So what they do is they drain your ass out. And so look, he's getting dropped by
who's we? Who's who and who's we?
One guy. I'll give you one example. Look, let me give you an example. Look, Danny Jacobs revealed that Canelo was doing. He was basically draining him. He didn't let him come up to a certain weight, and I'm pretty sure that's what happened to Spence.
No, the sanctioning bodies put stipulations on it.
No. The fighters do it too. Look,
no, they don't. It's all in the contract. Listen,
oh God,
everything's in the contract.
You don't know the contract.
Okay, but you do. You know, you're like, okay. What? Give us the proof that this.
Jimmy, he's a promoter. He knows.
No. Let me say this.
Give us the proof that give us your evidence that things are being done behind the scenes off contract.
Wait. Use your brain. How many times has Crawford dropped a guy with a fucking jab? How many times?
Yeah. Well, can I say something about that?
How many drunks were doing cocaine 2 weeks? How many guys? How many cocaine drunks has he fought?
You mean tell me Julio,
you obviously picked. Julio, you obviously picked.
Yo, how many?
I can't hear you. There's so many people talking at the same time.
Yeah, guys. I gotta establish a little Gypsy.
I just did 4 of them.
Gypsy, your mic sounds horrible, and you keep screaming, so it sounds even worse. We can't really hear you.
I'm sorry. Man.
That's all right.
That's all right. Your Excellency, I'm sorry. Your Majesty, I'm sorry.
All right, you stop saying that. You're being condescending now. But let me just say this.
I'm not being condescending. I'm being genuine.
You're being condescending. You are being condescending.
Let me just say this, please. Let me just say this. Gypsy is the only king on this panel. I'll just say that. Well, him and King Bucho, but Bucho's not here. But anyway, let me just say this. Let me just say this. Let me just say this. Let me just say this.
You hate me now.
The whole jab thing about look. I agree that Spence wasn't at optimal condition in that Crawford fight.
He wasn't.
But let me just point out one thing about your argument there, because you go, oh, he hit him with a jab. When has he ever dropped somebody with a jab? If you look at how he dropped him, Spence was leaning back. That was more of a flash off balance knockdown than anything else. The other ones, he fucking hurt him with those. But the jab,
dude,
I mean, yeah.
That's terrible. That dude was drained to death. Come on, let's be real here. The guy was drained to death.
Then why did you pick him to win?
Hold on.
Spence is 30. He's a 35. He's never been dropped with a fucking jab. That dude gets beat on by all kinds of different fighters. He's never been dropped by any.
Julio. But I have a question for you, right? Based on this argument you're making, right? It sounds to me like you're saying that Spence is really a 160-pound fighter who, has been weight bullying at 147.
Well, I mean, both guys are. Crawford is 160 as well. He's over 160. He's a big guy too.
No, he's not.
Of course he is. Come on, let's stop lying. He's like, you're telling me that guy's not over.
Dude, he started. He won his first bout to 135, bro.
Look at him versus Sean Porter. He made him look like a fucking midget. Sean Porter is over 160, way over 160. Way over.
Are you guys hearing me?
This dude.
Man. You're telling me
actually, I kind of have to
That's a big motherfucker. Crawford is not a little man.
How do you guys hear me now?
I wouldn't really call him full blown middleweight.
He's big. He's a big guy. He's over 160.
He was definitely never a natural lightweight. But that doesn't change the fact that he kicked Errol Spence's ass.
He beat a dead man. No broken rib
again, and it's not going to matter. I don't care about that bum fight. It's a mismatch. I don't care. Let's talk about Canelo Benavidez again.
The guy, I'm just saying. Look. Spence was drained to death. That's all it is. I don't
care, bro.
Why did you? I gotta ask you. Why did you pick him to win?
I mean, a real Spence would have wiped the floor with Crawford.
That's the real Spence.
Real Spence.
Dude, you gotta listen, bro. You gotta realize how you sound, right? You're gonna play this back and listen tomorrow, right? What you're saying?
Oh no! I'll play back. I'll play back 100 times. I think.
Okay.
He said he had 4 lines of coke.
It's a little cringe, Julio.
No, I don't do coke at all. No. What I'm saying is that a prime Spence, in shape, not drained, would wipe the floor with Crawford very easily.
Dude, you're acting like what do you mean weight trained? He was a career 147-pound unified champion.
All right, so
that was the weight class.
Well, Spence is on one. Why won't Crawford fight him at 154?
You
Why
guys hear me or no?
Down again? Yeah, I hear you. Why can't Crawford fight this guy at 154? Why does he have to make him come back down?
Yeah, that's what I agree to that shit too, bro.
I would. You ask a question, but I would try to answer, but I wouldn't be able to get a fucking 7 words out.
But say it.
Oh, I know what Jimmy's response is. Jimmy's response is
he's a Crawford fanboy.
He knows what you're gonna say, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Jimmy, he knows what you're gonna say. So
that's good. Call me a Crawford fanboy because that really brings your IQ up to about room temperature. But now we can move on from there.
Let me say it
one more time. 154.
Fanboy.
Well, there you go, guy. There you go. Your family must be really pumped when you show up at Christmas time, huh?
How dare you,
Julio? What do you mean 154? This was a unification fight at 147.
I know.
But this dude was drained to death. Come on, drained to death. Crawford's a fucking bum.
You can say that, and he beat the shit out of the guy you picked to win. So what does that say about your knowledge?
Because he beat a dead man. And he has to punch Amir Khan.
Really?
To be fair,
but he was dead at 147.
Look, it was.
Dude, your all-time great has to punch fucking Amir Khan in the dick.
What do you mean all-time great? I picked him for years. I said he would beat Spence. I said exactly what Spence is, an overrated 1-2 puncher.
Tough situation.
Spence is way better.
Spence.
Spence is way better than Crawford. Way better.
Oh,
yeah, it really showed.
Way better.
It really showed. The most one-sided beatdown in a unification fight I've ever seen in my life, and I've been watching this shit for 40 years.
I was say it's close. That was one of the worst beatings I've seen in a while.
A prime Spence wouldn't need to punch Amir Khan.
That's a stupid argument. That's a stupid argument, Julio, because you have no proof. You're the only one in the world saying that. You're the only one in the world saying that when that dude got beat from pillar to post. And if you're the only one saying that, how can people believe you? Oh, it's your word against the world.
I think a lot of
that's
people
your word against the world. It's your word against the world.
All right, look.
So you think your word is that relevant? It's your word against the world's.
It's called my opinion. I don't give a fuck about the world.
Don't go running around say you're gonna kill a motherfucker on the YouTube, eh? You're gonna go find him.
Who said they're gonna kill
you
anybody?
You said, motherfucker. Shut the fuck up.
Stop making things up, midget. Look. Prime Spence would have wiped the floor with Crawford. That's my opinion. Let me
ask you this. Let me ask. Can I ask something? Yeah. So you're saying Spence is the de facto in your eyes? He's still the king. Well, no longer because he can't make 147. But you're adamant that
he's a finished fighter. He's done.
Can I ask you this? But can I ask you this though before you answer? So you're saying, and let me finish the question before you answer. So you're saying that if they fight at 154, you would pick Errol Spence, no questions asked, at 154.
I think the fight is going to be even this brain dead, damaged Spence at 154. We get Crawford a really good fight, and that's why the little bum Crawford doesn't want him to go to 154. He wants to fight him at 147 again because he knows.
I agree that 154 will give him a better fight for sure.
You're delusional. You're fucking delusional, man.
You're delusional.
No, listen, man. Listen, look. Look, you don't get this fight game really good, man.
You're fucking delusional.
That guy Errol Spence will inject all kinds of shit just to get strong enough to fight Crawford, and he will bring a better fight at 154 than he ever did at 147, and that's a fact. I'm not saying that Crawford will lose. I'm saying
he might lose.
Spence will give him a hell of a better fight at 154 than he did at 147.
Crawford beats him worse at 154.
He beats him worse at 154. Okay, we'll see about that.
Because remember, if Crawford's so big, obviously going to 154 would help him too. Dude, you can yell Crawford's a bum and insult people all you want to. It doesn't change anything.
It doesn't. He's right.
Honestly,
I never said it won't.
He did that.
People keep pretending that Crawford's so great. He's never done anything.
All right. Let Amok say something.
Fucking brain damaged guy. That's what he did. He beat a brain damaged drained guy.
Okay, but hold on.
It's awesome. Listen, guys, I gotta say before I go. It's awesome. Adding 7 pounds cures brain damage.
Yeah, well,
When he goes 154, that'll kill the brain damage, right?
They get the water inside his brain, so it won't fucking be drained so much. Where
Or maybe he should, like what he did, and I got to give him credit. At least he was honest. He wanted to put it out there. He went on a podcast. The first podcast he did after the fight, he said, "I was drinking and everything all the time after my car accident." We saw it every time he was in public. He's a professional fighter. For him to get drunk once is embarrassment. Every time you've seen him in public, he was fucking wasted. Now he admits he was also doing cocaine on the regular too. So cocaine and alcohol. How do you know that, dude? Why would you say that?
Dude, I mean, there's a lot of fighters that do that shit.
If you think the white
Crawford
One
just
at a
time. It's a huge deal. Cocaine deteriorates. So what? It deteriorates muscle tissue.
I mean, it can't be as bad as being dehydrated.
All right. First of all, I'm going to start. Gypsy. Gypsy. You're jumping over everybody. Jimmy's asking F you a question. F you ask Jimmy a question, and you just jump in. Let me tell you what's going on. You got guys, please.
He's autistic.
Hold on, one at a time. I want to hear from.
I can catch different angles. I can't really get like.
I'm gonna have to mute him, man. All right, Amok, please go ahead. Let's hear from Amok a different perspective here. Amok, go ahead, please. What were you gonna say?
Well, it's kind of different. I wanted to piggyback off what Jimmy said earlier, and if you guys remember, what was the excuse again? Oh, he gave the he wants to beat Sean Porter, the easy route excuse, if you remember that. Then the other excuse was, what was it? He needs to fight somebody. Then it was, what was the other one? Oh, he needs to get a bout. Then it was, what was that last excuse he made?
Side of the
street.
Yeah, there you go. The wrong side of the street. So a prime Spence would have ducked Crawford anyways. What are we getting at here?
Interesting.
Prime Spence needs to duck Crawford, dude.
Prime Spence ducked Crawford.
Exactly.
Shut the fuck
Exactly.
up.
Dude, knock Crawford out.
See, that's an argument. That right there, what he did, he just laid down timetables and facts of things that has happened. That's how you have a discourse.
Well, you got fucking Crawford beating a fucking brain dead guy who's way out of prime, and everybody acting like he's an all-time great. Who'd he beat?
He's younger. He's younger than Crawford.
But Spence would have beat Crawford. Shut the fuck up, man.
He beat nobody. Crawford beat nobody. He's a trash bum.
He got
this fucking bum needs to punch Amir Khan in the dick to get a fucking knockout? You call that a knockout? Low blows for knockouts? Come on, man.
Oh, I thought he hit him in the jaw and fucking put him in fucking Neverland for about 2 minutes.
Wait. Crawford hit Amir Khan in the dick.
What about Sean Porter? Sean Porter was a kung fu master artist that night. He was getting into the dick all night. What about that?
No. Sean Porter had both feet out the fucking door when fucking Crawford got that bullshit knockout on him. Come on, TKO.
Crawford's the luckiest guy in the world, man.
The dude
He's
retired.
Lucky,
yeah, he's in prime, right? He retires right after.
Man, Crawford ain't, look, bro, you shitting on Crawford too much, bro. Crawford ain't that bad, bro. Like, you shitting on him too much. But
sea level.
No, he ain't a bum, bro. He's good. He's not. It's not that. It's just that with him, he can't keep his own word. He says one thing and does another. He can't keep his own word.
Hold on. Can I say something? Let me just say something. Let me add. Okay, so just to clarify here. Julio, you're saying that if they fight at 154, Crawford will still manage to land on Spence, but the difference is Spence is going to be able to walk through the shots. Is that how you?
He's not going to get knocked out. That's for sure. He's not going to get knocked down with jabs. He's not. If they go to 160, don't be shocked if Spence beats him.
Now let me clarify something else. Because you're saying that Spence. You're saying that because Spence was weight drained and therefore Crawford, who's sea level, you call him a trash fighter, was able to wipe the floor. So just because he was dehydrated, that's how he was able to wipe the floor.
Spence is a B-level fighter.
I know you said that. Okay, but you're saying because Crawford, sea level fighter, wiped the floor with Spence because Spence was dehydrated.
He didn't wipe the floor with him.
But do you still think that fighter was on the level though? Because I still remember you said something about Crawford's gloves.
I remember Spence outpointing him. I'm pretty sure Crawford had something going on with his gloves, for damn sure. Punch him harder than he ever had in his entire career. This guy
can't
can
believe
wait. Guess what, stupid ass? Doing your fake little laughing isn't an argument, stupid fuck. Learn how to.
But you can call me stupid. You can call me stupid fuck all you want to, but you ain't got a stitch of evidence to back up anything you say. But insults, dude. Okay, and I know this. I'm not the one embarrassing myself tonight.
Let me speak, stupid ass. I could do that shit too.
Fuck up.
Anybody can do it. Anybody
girlfriend for gas money, you fucking lowlife.
Let me say this. Any dumbass can do a fake laugh and pretend, oh, you're so much smarter. Because you
never said that. You never said that.
He wasn't the one that was laughing. That was the funny thing.
I wasn't even saying nothing. I wasn't even laughing.
You know what's funny? Like, hey, wait. Do you know what's funny? The fact that I didn't even say a name. You're putting yourself in that. I didn't say who was fake laughing. Somebody was laughing. I didn't.
You responded to me. I said something. You said I said something. I said something to you, and you said you can laugh all you want.
I heard. Look. I was speaking, and someone did a laugh. So that's why
it wasn't me. I was muted.
How dare you?
Must have been autistic Gonzalo over there.
How dare you? Stop.
It's not our fault. You spent the gambling money of your mortgage payment. That's not our fault.
Well, I'm not in anything. What I'm saying is that I have something, bro. Oh no, I'm on.
Well, he admitted to be on 4 lines of cocaine.
Oh no, I don't do coke. What I'm on is
watch the rebound. He said that.
No, I'm a couple of beers and I'm arguing with some friends. I have my own opinion. All I'm saying is I got my own opinion. I mean, you don't like it, it's okay. But I got my own opinion. That's it.
All right, can we switch topics now? Can we switch topics, please?
Hold on, hey Dora, we talked for an hour and a half about fucking Benavidez.
Bro, come on, man.
Listen, I'm not usually here. I'm not usually here when. I'm not usually here when Julio's here, so I wanted to bring up that argument to see if he uncovered.
Come on, man.
anything new.
FU Sports. Come on, FU Sports.
Sorry. FUTV.
FUTV.
To me, it'd be interesting watching Errol Spence fight Crawford at 154. I don't know about you guys. I would like to see that 154.
I hate him.
But you know what though? It's because the reason why I asked is because the reason Gypsy.
But the thing is, I would like to see 154.
Gypsy.
Yeah.
Do you have your headset on or something? Because I don't think you can hear us properly. But look,
no, I don't have no headset, bro. He's
autistic.
Wait. He's drunk. He's on.
Shut your fucking mouth, guy.
He's definitely on something. I can hear the
slurring in the phone. I can barely hear you.
Are you drunk driving?
Oh god.
What's happening?
Let me say this.
I'm driving. I ain't drunk driving. I take you to school, boy.
Yo, Jimmy, curse him out right now.
The reason why I'm asking FUTV all these questions, FU Sports TV, is because right after the Crawford Spence fight, I remember he said that
he had loaded gloves, dude. He did.
Yeah, you said that the loaded gloves, and you said that it's because you actually showed your evidence, and you said that the gloves were they looked thin, they looked garbled, they looked wrinkled on the palm. But you also said
there's all
that,
kinds of problems.
But hold on. But you also said that Crawford is the guy, the anointed one, that the PBC wanted him to win, and you said,
yes.
Could you please talk about the Eminem connection?
I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on with that. I think there's some love connection going on there. I don't know what Crawford's engaging in behind the scenes. People will say, "Oh, well, there's no record."
Julio, how much money
let me
did
add
you
that
lose in that fight?
Let me add my.
I didn't
I used to think the same.
I lost money on that fight.
Hold on. Let me give you something, Julio. Let me give you something real quick about that glove shit. What the LDBC cherry picked a photo of his team kind of grabbing onto and tampering, quote unquote, tampering with Crawford's glove. He didn't do this in multiple rounds against Benavidez. He only did it in the first round. He had one cornerman. It's like they were like wiping the sweat or whatever off the gloves. So the LGBC cherry picked these pictures, and it made it look like he was tampering with the horsehair and splitting the horsehair. So his knuckles.
Hey, don't laugh. Don't laugh at him.
Wait, tamper.
Hold up.
What are you talking about?
Guys' gloves exploded because it made it look like they were able. The LDBC was able to cherry pick him potentially, doctoring or whatever the gloves,
No.
The
only wait.
Ass, listen,
no. The only
gloves, they're just not going to hold as long, dude. They'll be damaged in 1 day, 2 days.
No, that's not true. That's not true.
No. Shit, dude.
Look, the only net picking was happening.
That is true. Horsehair gloves don't last worth of shit.
Yeah, that's not true. Look, the only nitpicking that happened was Crawford in the back room, whatever the fuck he did with those gloves, because they both exploded. That's not normal, bro. That's not normal.
That's not
So
normal.
let me ask
I
you
agree
this.
with that.
So
I'm not disagreeing with that shit at all. That's on point. Whatever that kid is saying,
glove is
he
not
might
normal,
be kind
and
of
there was
out of
two of
whack.
them.
But whatever that he's saying is on fact with that shit.
Gypsy, let me ask you this. Gypsy, let me ask Gypsy this. Let me ask Gypsy this. Gypsy, because you are the king of communication, you're able to get your point across, and you're able to persuade people to your side. That's why you're the Gypsy King. Could you try to give FUTV some pointers about how to get his point across without because evidently nobody on the panel is buying his argument. But I mean, I'm certainly open to it. I'm listening to what he's saying.
I'm not buying his argument completely. I'm buying only part of his argument, not all of it. Only a little bit of it. I'm not buying everything he said.
Okay, but I'm open-minded, is what I'm saying. That's why I wanted to get to the Eminem connection.
It's not like I agree with that with his scorecards with Errol Spence that he was winning. No, I don't agree with none of that stuff. I agree that he was drained, and I agree that at 154 he would put up a better fight. Would he win? I don't think so, but it'll be a much better fight, and he won't look so shitty as like it did the first time around we witnessed, and the only time so far.
160
but
would be
it definitely will be better 154 or 160. Even at that stage will be even better
let's
too.
Let's do 168. I mean, he's gonna fight Canelo, right? Let's do 168.
Not 168. No, 168 is pushing it. 160, 154. That would do a better. You will see a better version of Errol Spence. Yeah. You will obviously see a better version of Terrence Crawford, but you won't at least see a dehydrated, fucked up version of Errol Spence. That's something that you won't see at least. That's what I'm saying.
You might see a worse version of Crawford.
Gonzalo, let me ask you this, man.
Might be, yeah. You might also see that as well because of the weight, but I don't think so. I think it'll be better.
Gonzalo, are you there? Gonzalo, are you there?
Yeah, what's up, Mr. VDA?
What do you think? Do you think at 154 would it really sway the things for Spence that much in a rematch against Crawford at 154?
Well, probably, but really, I mean, the titles were at stake for Undisputed at 147. That's the weight class they probably belong, because if you say, okay, Spence go up to 54, there's better fighters that would beat Spence at 54. There's better fighters at 60 that would beat Spence. Do I really want to see Spence at 68? There's other fighters that would beat Spence at 68. Gongora, fucking Bailey. Those dudes Spence couldn't fucking fuck with those dudes. They're too big. So how are you going to tell me he belongs in those weight classes? Now, in the weight class,
everybody would be Crawford as well.
The weight class that he can compete against other boxers is 47, yes. Spence probably beats, aside from Crawford, the other 47 pounders. But now you want to drag these dudes to fight at a weight higher than the one that they got the titles at 54. Yeah, you can make an isolated fight between those two. But really, there's better fighters in 54 than fucking Spence. Probably than even Crawford.
Yeah, there is. Crawford will get crushed by everybody at 154.
So what's this fanboyism of wanting to see these fighters fighting at a higher weight when clearly there's better fighters at the higher weight than those guys?
Gonzalo, why is his stablemate Jermell Charlo, a guy that probably had, got his ass beat up in sparring plenty of times with Errol Spence, is undisputed at that division? It was undisputed at that division.
All right.
Because he can pull off 154. I don't know about 160. I don't think he'll pull off 160. No, he won't beat the best at 160, but he'll definitely probably beat the. I feel like he would at 154.
Who would win?
Errol, if he hasn't been totally fucked up by the first fight.
Well,
if he's normal,
used to pushing weight around.
No, I'm not talking about Crawford, bro. I'm talking about Errol Spence here. We're talking about
Errol. A grudge match where you have to see these two fight at 60.
Yeah, man, why not?
I mean, if Crawford already beat Spence, why can he move on to fight other opponents at 60 like the Danny Bicks of the world?
He can't keep his word, Gonzalo. He can't keep his word, Gonzalo, bro. He can't keep it. He can probably fight Terrence Crawford at 152, like 152, 150.
Yeah, and I think the contracts.
Even the chat is clowning you now.
Wait, who?
Even the chat is making fun of you now.
It's FUTV, man. It's FUTV.
Yes, Julio.
I just want to look. Errol's gonna get his ass kicked.
I mean, what do they know? You don't know anything. You don't know anything, Cat. You don't know anything. I'm superior.
The FUTV, you're turning into FUTV. Is this your FUTV? FUTV is channeling his.
I'm doing the pro wrestling kind of thing,
He's doing shadow
Fuck
ban.
you,
He's
chat.
doing shadow ban. He's doing
You
shadow
can't
ban when
beat-
he starts.
you can't beat
He's
me.
doing
You
shadow
can't
ban when he
beat me,
starts taking
asshole.
Dracula.
You
He's
can't
doing
fucking
shadow ban
beat
when he
me.
starts
Try
taking.
it.
Well, listen. Hold on. Here's my thing though. Do you? Because the people in the chat are asking, do you have anything personal against Crawford, or you just don't like him as a fighter?
Oh, Crawford's just a fucking bum, dude. He's done nothing in his career. Nothing. He's a hyped
Nothing.
up piece of trash. Trash. Fucking bum.
He
Imagine
beat
that.
Porter worse.
Imagine that pussy versus like a Felix Trinidad or Oscar De La Hoya, or in that time period. He's done nothing. What has he done? What did he do at welterweight? Tell me what he did. He did nothing. He beat this brain damaged motherfucker. He beat this
unified the division.
He did nothing. Who'd he beat? Nobody.
Spence.
He beat Spence, brain damaged motherfucker who's drained to death.
So that's what I'm curious. So no, does that really work? Because I'm not a neurosurgeon. So if you add 7 pounds, does that really clear up brain damage?
It definitely makes you a little stronger, more able to take shots. Motherfuckers drop with a jab. Come on, a jab to the shoulder, and he's fucking
hold on. I already.
Do you think it might have something to do with his footwork? You think his feet might have been together and off balance?
Maybe the motherfucker fell out of a car at 100 miles per hour onto his head. Maybe that had something to do with it.
And released from the hospital the next day.
Next day, motherfucker lost all his teeth, fell out right out of the car onto his head.
He didn't lose any teeth. He cracked 2 of his front teeth.
No. Yeah, okay. Look at his mouth. He lost all his fucking teeth, all of them. He was
he did lose a lot of his teeth, Jimmy. He lost a lot of his teeth.
He cracked them. They didn't blow completely out from the root.
Did you see the pictures? The guy's
But that's not the thing, man. I think with him is just dehydration. He was too fucking dehydrated. I think being in 147 as long as he has been is not good for you. Even for Golovkin, being at 160 as long as he did.
The people who've been around the sport for 30 years who are saying cocaine, inactivity, and alcoholism is going to be his downfall.
That plays a factor, bro. That plays a factor, Jimmy. I'm not saying it's not true, but like, look at Golovkin, for instance. Golovkin's entire career, majority of his career, has been in 160. That's why when he got hit with Derevchenko with body shots, he felt that like it was like the most devastating shots he absorbed in his entire fucking career. And then in 168, he was a solid steal against Canelo. He was like, Canelo was throwing everything in the kitchen sink, didn't even dent him. He didn't even dent him.
Gypsy. Why don't you go try? Gypsy, why don't you go try?
He was supposed to move to 168 from 160 to 168. With Errol Spence, he should have moved to 154 at one point, but he didn't. He stayed at 147.
Gypsy, why don't you try that? Why don't you try Gypsy? Why don't you try to go catch the Benavidez versus Andrade fight? We'll still. I think the guys will still be here when you're done watching it. But I'll say it was only 6 rounds.
You didn't watch it. I thought it was going to be 5th round stoppage. It ended up being what, 7? Somewhere around there.
Well, yeah, after the 6.
Pretty close.
I'll say
easy work, dude. Easy work.
I'll say this.
It's pretty close. I was going, man.
Let
BDA finish statement, guys.
Yeah, FU Sports. So you're saying that Crawford has accomplished nada, zero.
Oh, absolutely fucking nothing.
Right.
Trash.
So, but what Spence did,
I don't agree with him. I don't agree with him.
You don't have to agree with me. I don't agree with you.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm not agreeing with you on that statement, but I mean, some stuff I do agree, but I don't agree with
it. In the words of Repit, I hate you.
Hey, BDA,
that's
real quick.
What I hate, bro. I just don't agree. That's it.
All right, Alan wants to say something. Go ahead, Alan.
Everybody. Hey, Julio.
You don't have to.
F you. Everybody's saying they're suffering brain damage from listening to this.
Yeah, they would say that because they want to taunt me because they love me. That's why. Fuck
Julio, let me ask you this.
And I love you.
All right, FUTV. When I make a statement, sometimes I try to look at all the angles. I go, well, how could I be wrong? Because I reach conclusions based on the evidence. I don't reach a conclusion. Let me go look for the evidence that's going to support my conclusion. So, why do you look at? What are some of the weak arguments in your profile here? What are some of the things that you think you might be getting wrong, and how likely is it that you're wrong? In other words, how confident are you in what you're saying?
About what?
About the whole Crawford Spence thing.
Wait, let me answer this. What do you mean about what?
About the whole Crawford Spence thing.
What are you specifically talking about?
about that fact
What I
that
could be wrong
Crawford,
about.
that Spence was so compromised that's why Crawford
I mean,
made
just
it
a
easy.
jab. I mean, look, when I look at a jab like that, the guy's never been dropped by a jab ever. I look at a guy like a Crawford who can't even knock out Amir Khan. I mean, look, how did he get all this power? He can't even knock
Okay, but
out
can I
Amir
say
Khan
this?
with
But
his
can I say
hardest shot.
this though? Can I say
No.
this?
Let me just finish this.
hold on,
Look, he can't even knock out Amir Khan with his hardest shots. He's gonna knock down this
He's
guy.
knocked out his last 10 opponents. He's knocked out everybody. He's fought at welterweight.
I don't know.
I mean, Tony Ferguson had CTE damage, and he was winning fights.
And can I say something though? Can I say FUTV? Hold on. Sorry. I gotta address this. FUTV. The jab. I don't know if you heard me the first time when I said this. I know it was an hour ago. So maybe
I'm trying to.
Right, but okay. Let me say this: the jab. You keep harping on the jab about how Crawford dropped him with a jab. Therefore, that's suspect. But rewatch the fight. You probably have. You will notice that Spence was leaning back. His feet were almost parallel. He was off balance. He was in a precarious position, delicate position. And then the jab on top of that, it wasn't any old. You're making it sound as if he hit him with a jab and he dropped him. He dropped him when he was leaning back, and he was a shotgun. Excuse me, hold on. Please. It was a shotgun jab on top of that. So what do you think about that?
It's the way he got up, the way his legs. He wasn't steady on his legs. It looked like it. I mean, the guy was hitting the shoulder, and he got up like dizzy.
He got hit in the chin, though. No, he got hit in the chin, though. It wasn't.
It looked like a flash.
It was on the shoulder. It wasn't even on the chin.
No, it was right on his button.
Dude, the guy don't get dropped by anybody. You saw the Sean Porter he fought. That Sean Porter he fought was fucking stacked.
At 147 of the second round, before he went down from the jab, Al Bernstein commented and goes, "Oh, I don't know if you guys caught that right cross. He caught Spence right on the chin." And that's when he started blinking his eyes, and he got a little goop.
Al Bernstein. Al Bernstein. Come on.
I mentioned that he brought up that he got hit. This is fucking crazy.
You're quoting Al Bernstein.
I'm not quoting. I'm saying he mentioned because it happened so fast. The other announcers didn't even see it because the camera was from behind him. It was the counter. Spence went to throw a jab, and he threw a right cross right over it, but it caught him, snapped him right on the chin. And right after that, the camera's in Spence's face, and he's blinking fast. Oh, yeah. And the reason why a boxer blinks, because I know I was a boxer, you start blinking because you're seeing multiple people.
I saw it at every angle possible. It was on the shoulder. It wasn't on the
chin. And then he gets jabbed after that. He gets crossed and he gets jabbed. That's why he falls, bro. That's not.
Al Bernstein, I'm not quoting you. Said, did you see the
video? I wish you can play the clip of it.
Al Bernstein was like, "Hey, Tank, your hand hurts, right, Tank?"
Hold on. Yeah, just because you're first of all, if you're laughing condescendingly, which is what you were complaining about earlier.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't. Yeah, I'm a piece of trash. I'm sorry.
Well,
when I call you excellency, it's not condescending at all whatsoever.
It is. Right. It is. It hurt my feelings. Actually, you hurt my feelings.
Well, listen, it's been an eventful night.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I was condescending to anyone. I hate myself. I'm gonna cry myself to sleep tonight. I'm sorry.
Roll it up, bro. Roll up them blankets.
I'm trying to find the clip here of the replay.
Don't you dare show that. Don't you dare show that. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Hey, did I hear you? Hey, did I also hear you say that? Oh, hold on. Let me replay this. Hold on.
I said all kinds of stuff. All kinds.
I know. Okay, so here's the replay.
Wait. Where is this replay? Is it on your page?
Yeah, you guys can see. Yeah, was I on the face, man? What the fuck? Right? What?
Wait, let me. Do I have to see it on your channel? Or is it on the Discord?
You get if you go off the.
Right, I'm watching your channel right now. I'll watch it. I'm on the.
I gotta be careful here because
Look at that dead man. That was on the chin. He looks like a dehydrated frog right there.
That was on the chin, man. That was on the face, man. So that was a clean shot on the face.
Now
let me say this.
That's not a clean shot. Come on.
Julio, man. I don't know if you're trolling anymore, man. But I'll say this. I don't know if you're trolling anymore, but I'll say this, man. Did you also say that? I heard you on Thunderdome. Somebody sent me a clip. You were on Thunderdome.
A fucking jab, man.
Julio, let me ask you this. You were on Thunderdome a while back.
Was I?
And you said that they nuked your channel because you brought up the fact that country guy, the
Oh yeah, they did. They killed 3 of them. They killed all.
Explain to the people what happened. Explain to the people what happened.
I can't talk about that shit.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You're safe here. You're safe. Go ahead. Just be as free and open as you can.
Think. No, I'm not safe here. No, they killed 3 of my channels. They basically kicked me off of YouTube.
But why? Explain to the people what happened.
Why? Because I talked about one of their fucking agents, and they don't like that.
But okay,
dude, if you go in there and you talk about Alex Jones being like a government dude, they will fucking kill your channels.
Oh, that's actually true.
Oh, really? Yeah, I figured that Alex was one of those guys.
Look, if you're in a boxing thing and you say this shit, it's fine. I went into one of their channels and said this, and they like instantly, within seconds, they killed all of my YouTube channels because it was tied to my phone number. So they killed all of them. The one I'm on right now is not tied to the same phone number. That's the only reason it still exists.
So you were on which channel did you go to say what you said?
I went into one of the the Vegas shit.
The Vegas shit?
The Vegas Bang Bang that happened in the United States.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. I get what you're saying.
I went in there and I looked at the dude run off the stage. Right, the shit. To me, it looked staged. It looked like the shots were coming off. I shoot a lot of guns. I know the sounds. So I'm like that shit doesn't sound right. So I said, this dude, you see he's running off the stage and all that. Just looked to me, it looked staged. It looked like he was on a stage and it looked staged.
Wait, which one?
You know that room is completely closed up. It's not. You can't. They got rid of that room that he was shooting from completely.
Well, there was the Vegas thing. So I called it out and I said the dude's a fucking agent. I said his name and all of it, and bam, they killed all 3 of them. They killed within.
What kind of gun do you shoot?
It was an AR-15, I think. So I called.
No, I was asking you. What do you shoot regularly?
All kinds of stuff. Rifle.
Oh, all right, just wondering. Okay.
He shoots off his mouth too. He shoots off his mouth.
No, I don't.
But listen, I want to say this.
I shoot off my mouth. I shoot off my mouth, and it's usually correct.
I'm kidding. No, but
it's all right. It's all right.
Keep going. So you said
So I said some stuff. I brought up the guy's name, and within seconds, I got a message from some person. I don't know what it was. They seemed kind of happy, and bam, they just killed all 3 of my YouTube pages within seconds. They were all gone.
Within seconds.
And within seconds. Like literally, I could look at my YouTube pages. I built 3 of them. I built FU Sports. I built a gaming page, and I built another one. I forgot. I think it was the something I have called FU Theater. And so instantly, they killed all 3 of them within seconds. I mean,
why do you think that because there's channels out there that do talk about that and they don't get nuked? Why do you?
It's just insane. Because I went into the media pages, into the actual pages that show these videos. A lot of the guys on YouTube, they talk on their own channels. I went into the actual like news page, so it would be like Channel 7 or CNN, their official.
So they gave a copy, right?
Well, I mean, they got all these they got that shit all tracked. So when people come in there and they say things, they tag you real quick. I mean, you guys can probably come into the BDA thing and talk about this stuff, and it might be fine. But when you go into the official page, when it's got that shit going on, it might actually be a little different. And
well, let me tell you, man.
So basically, I'm an idiot, and I went into the official page with my YouTube name, and it just killed the whole thing.
Do you think they know who you are now? Is that what do you think they?
Oh, definitely. They definitely do. Oh, they do. They do know. They do know. They know who you are too. They know who everybody is because all this shit right now is tied into cell phone numbers.
So do you think
the way it works is that
it's all tied into your telephone number?
I think they have Agent Smiths, out there in YouTube. Like seriously, like
they do.
Human agents.
You have government people.
They can't be everywhere, right? So people can get away with a lot of stuff. But if you happen to be on the right stream and you say the right thing, you will get nuked. I've seen it.
This shit is all connected too. Because I remember going on Facebook and they were fucking with me over there as well. They were killing a lot of the stuff because I had it spread out through the internet. I just started doing this stuff about 6 months ago. My my FU Sports and all that stuff. And yeah, they just fucked all my shit up real bad.
So do you watch yourself when you talk? Because you're going in deep about Crawford, and the Eminem connection, the gloves. Do you think somebody over there at the PBC headquarters is watching you and saying,
you know, PBC doesn't fuck around, right? They don't mess around with their stuff. If you start talking about these people, they will kill your shit sometimes. They don't like it as well. PVC don't like you talking about their stuff. They don't like you at all. Like I've done analytics of different like fights. I've analyzed different fights. When you go after certain fighters, they're not a fan of it.
Well, there you go, man. Julio's ruffling some
They're
feathers
putting
out there.
they're putting illusions out there, so they're not going to let you do that. I've noticed it with different fighters. Andre Ward, I did if you see my channel, I broke down the Kovalev fight, and they killed that shit instantly on YouTube. They killed it. I had to do a bunch of different. I had to go through all kinds of stuff in order to have these videos stay on YouTube.
Well, there you go. I mean, that's fascinating.
I don't think you're that important, bro. I don't think you're that important.
Well, the guy that they're trying to build up is important. That to them.
Yeah,
right?
no, you're not that important, bro. Like, trust me. There's so many YouTube channels. There's so many people talking.
Well, it's not. Well, you could say same thing about Germany when they were rounding people up who would just fucking shoot.
Oh, God. Dude, you're comparing yourself to like things that were truly important.
It's not about my stuff. It's about free speech, dude. It's about free speech.
Dude, you're comparing yourself to things that are like historic. Like, stop.
Yeah,
bro.
it's about free speech, bro. It's about free speech, bro. It's not about me. It's about free speech, bro.
Dude, you're a weirdo, man. Like you, I bet you think they're bugging you. Like,
oh no, it's about free speech. I just told you, it's about free speech. It's not about me. It's about free speech.
Dude, I'm telling you, you're not that important.
I'm not the only one that's free speech, and I'm the one who knows.
I'm not that important. You're not that important.
Like, guess what, bro? I'm not lying. They killed 3 of my channels. I'm not making it up. It actually happened. So
well, somebody probably this is what happened when somebody kills your channel. That's like you had complaints or people were saying they're flagging it. Why? Because they're saying racist stuff.
You're racist. I didn't say
stuff.
anything racist,
Like anybody
bro.
can do that.
I didn't say anything racist. All I did was talk about a country.
I know. I'm not saying you say anything racist, but anybody can go on a channel and complain and say they're saying racist stuff. They give you options of why you're flagging.
No. You don't know. Well, let me say this. You didn't see the emails I got. It had nothing to do with racism. Fucking YouTube made up a bunch of bullshit. And they told me, oh, you're saying all these things. And then I told them, hey, dude, show me what I said. And they're like, oh, well, we can't show it to you. That's all it was. And then they killed the channels. That's all what happened.
I don't know. Are you the one that was talking about that Spence was shot or weight drained?
Of course he shot.
Oh, God. You're weirdo.
Bro, that's
I don't trust. What you're saying right now, I don't trust for shit because, your logic is all whacked out, bro.
Yeah, my logic. That's prime Spence. That's the best Spence ever. He's odd.
Okay. When somebody's weight drained, they're gonna be competitive for a few rounds.
Oh, he's beyond.
And then they're gonna fade. Well, let me make my point. If then they're gonna fade. But with Spence, he was dominated from round 1, the first minute, the first 20 seconds.
No,
dude,
he was
like.
Somebody's go score.
Go fade. Like when Barrios
he won rounds. He won rounds.
Okay, can I finish my point? Like Barrios was on the rehydration clause and he was weight trained, but he was beating Tank for a while and then he faded. But when it comes to Spence and Crawford, dude, Spence had nothing at all.
Well, Spence won a couple of rounds and he was brain damaged. He was getting dropped.
No, he didn't. He didn't win any round. What are you talking about? He didn't win no round.
Go rescore.
What round did he win? What round did he win?
Multiple rounds.
Said he won a couple of rounds.
Do I have to rescore for you? Dude, he won multiple rounds.
Round any minute, any volley.
Well, that's not true. I know how to score fights. I've been watching boxing for over 20 years. Bro. For over 20 years, he won multiple rounds. Come on.
Dude, I'm not listening to the argument, but let me tell you something because I'm down here in Texas. I know fighters that grew up with Spence, and I'm going to tell you this. Spence has been sneaking out to clubs since the amateurs, going to party and drink. Since the amateurs, bro.
Just like Crawford.
Since the amateurs. So, like, if you think that your argument is like, dude, I'm telling you, man, I know a lot more about Spence than you do. I'm down here, bro. I'm down here.
Did he touch you?
And it's funny because, like, he's too weight drained. He waited too long. That's his fault because he avoided Crawford for 5 years. He made excuses for 5 years.
Because Crawford's nobody. That's why he had no money. He wasn't worth anything.
No, listen. Whose fault it is that he fought him 5 years later? It's his fault because he didn't want to fight him.
Well, Spence was too busy fighting prime fighters while Crawford was doing nothing.
Shut the fuck up. Fucking Danny Garcia.
Crawford was doing nothing. Crawford has done nothing. He's done nothing.
Look, Fucking Mikey Garcia, shut dude. You're
Hey, let's get to
hold
on. Let's get to Shazar before, because we're about to end it here. It's 3 a.m. here where I'm at. I gotta get my beauty sleep. I want to hear from Shazar, the voice of reason. Shazar, what's your whole take on all of this?
Bro, this is FUTV. You're being ridiculous, bro. Like Southpaw, I'm also from Texas. I'm from Fort Worth, Texas. I'm from right next to Dallas, dude. I'm from right next to him. Bro, I don't understand the worship. Spence sucks, bro. Bro, how are you? Tell me how was Spence weight drained?
Why are
he's defending his titles in his weight class? That's his weight class. He's defending his title. I don't worship Crawford, dude. I don't give a shit. I don't care, bro. You're just throwing accusations at me, bro.
That's a prime fucking Spence. You're saying?
No, I never said that. I never said I said he was shot. I think I've been saying Spence was shot.
Yeah, he is shot. He's shot and drained.
But you can't tell me that he's drained at the weight class that he's defending his titles in. That is ridiculous.
He said it from his own mouth. He was fucking drained.
Then why is he the title holder in the weight class?
He said he wanted to fight the guy at 154, and Crawford said, "Nah."
Why fight him at 154 if Crawford's after the belt?
Yeah, if you
wants the title,
beat his ass, why were you gonna let him dictate the terms? You're gonna be like, no, I won the fight. So I'm not gonna let you.
You're cracked, bro. You're cracked.
Where I want to fight.
Crawford wanted the titles. Crawford wanted the titles, so he fought him at the weight class that Spence had the titles, dude. If Spence wanted to fight him at 154 or wanted to do anything at 154, he should have vacated his titles and moved up. But he didn't, bro.
He wanted the payday. Crawford didn't want to fight him at 154. Spence originally said
I told you, dude. Why would he fight him at 154 if he wanted the titles? He wanted the glory of the titles.
Okay, well, that's bullshit. He don't give a fuck about titles. He don't care about him. Crawford's a fucking joke. He don't care about titles. He only cares about money.
That joke whooped Spence. He whooped Spence.
He only
cares
cares about money. He only cares about money. He only cares about money. He don't give a shit. He don't want to fight him at 154.
Why would Why would he fight him at 154 if you wanted the titles, bro? You're not listening to what I'm saying.
He wants to go get butt fucked.
Okay, hey, this is the point. Crawford won the fight, so the contract was that the winner dictates the weight. So why, if you won the fight after 5 years of fucking ducking and stalling, why would you give the other guy? Why would you give the other guy? Oh yeah, okay. If you won at 154, I'll give it to you. No, fuck that. I won the fight. I dictate the turn. I'm the boss. You held me out. You froze me out for 5 years. Why the fuck would I say, oh, yeah, let you dictate some terms? No, I won the fight. That's what the contract says. Dude, stop it, dude. He's not. They can fight at 170.
But things I don't care. I mean, Crawford's never done anything in his career. He beat this brain dead guy. Who cares?
Neither has Spence, bro. Spence has done shit either.
Spence has done more than Crawford. He fought a better version of Porter. He fought a better version of Brook.
Bro, Porter's ass, dude. I don't care about fucking Porter.
Oh my god, dude.
Porter fights like fucking Derek Chisora, dude. He's fucking awful.
Dude, it's not healthy to be this much of a fanboy, dude.
Crawford beat the best version.
Bro, I'm not a fanboy. You keep throwing that shit out like you're just called projecting, bro. You're projecting, bro. I'm literally from Fort Worth, Texas, bro. I grew up around Spence, dude.
You're the fanboy,
weird,
not
though.
me.
I'm not a fanboy, bro. I'm from Texas, bro. I want Texas fighters. I'm a Latino, bro. I'm a fan of Mexican fighters. I don't give a shit about Crawford.
You don't sound like one. You sound like a fucking Crawford fanboy. That's what you sound like.
Oh, I'm not a fucking Crawford fanboy.
Why do you not accept
from the South?
Why? I don't care. Why do you not
a fanboy? This guy's ridiculous.
You sound like a little girl. That's what you sound like. Look.
Look at these. Look at these. He knows that our argument's right, so he has to attack our character.
Let me talk, or I'll kill you. Let me talk.
Oh my fucking god, bro! This is why you got banned.
Yeah, FUTV, man, come on, man. FUTV. You gotta calm down.
It's a joke. It's a joke.
You gotta chill, bro. It's fucking, dude. It's fine, bro. You will never be friends. You will never meet these people in real life, bro. And you're like losing your shit over this. It's ridiculous.
No.
Keyboard warrior.
There's no keyboard warrior here, bro.
You're a keyboard warrior.
You say it, bro. I'm gonna kill you, dude. That's ridiculous.
I'm at all the fights. I'll tell you my section. You call the joke. I'll fucking put it on video.
That's a joke. I was joking.
Bro, that's dumb, bro. Dude, it's Spence. He's gonna get his ass beat at 154 too, bro.
No, he won't. Why wouldn't he fight him at 154? Why not?
And this is another factor y'all don't got to realize. When you get beat down like that, you're not going to be the same.
But
You're
why
not
did
going
he?
to be the same after getting beat up like that.
Why did Crawford
Look at
agree?
Vargas. When Vargas got beat up by Trinidad, he got dropped by Rivera, which was a fucking B-level guy. Dude, you
But
can't
why
come
did
back
Crawford
from that.
agree? Crawford agreed to 154. After the fight, he said he would fight him at 154. And then he said, nah, not doing that. The motherfucker's going to stand up to every punch I throw and beat the fuck out of me. That's why he won't do it. He knows he's not going to be able to drop.
Bro, in my opinion, Crawford's old as hell now, right? So I imagine he's probably just after paydays.
He's always been a bum.
Dude, well,
He's not a bum,
I agree.
bro.
He's old,
dude.
but you know who's older is Spence. Spence is older because of his habits, because of getting fat, getting drunk, getting
Crawford's
coked
got
up.
every
Dude,
STD
that will
in the
age you
world.
faster than fucking the
Yeah, Southpaw's right.
fucking time.
Crawford's got mad STDs from the gay shit he did with Eminem. I'm just saying.
Dude, what are you saying? This is insane.
He did all kinds of gay shit. That dude is he did
Eminem's
all kinds
gay.
of shit. Oh, you don't think Eminem's gay? Are you crazy?
Everybody's
Eminem's
gay.
Wait a minute.
He's a
Wasn't it Spence that was
fan.
kissing? Wait, time out. Wasn't it Spence that was kissing a fucking Texas rapper in the cheek, saying, "Oh, I love you"?
So there's two
Crawford's
He was
hanging out with
kissing that boy.
Adrian Broner.
Baggy.
Crawford's hanging out with Adrian Broner.
Wasn't it him?
Adrian Broner's like
jumping
I'm
around.
alone.
Wasn't it him jumping around saying, "Oh, I love the bubble bath"? Oh
Was it-
yeah, like even his own girl said you sound gay. His own girl said you sound gay on video.
He bit the strawberry too.
That's kind of a bad point, bro.
What wasn't Crawford the guy hanging out with the fucking Adrian Broner, and Adrian Broner's like, I'm long. He told him he's long, and Crawford got blood. He was blushing. He was over there.
Bro, you see how dark that dude is, bro? He wasn't blushing.
You're making
Oh
it
yeah,
up now.
he was. I saw the video.
No, yeah, you saw. No, that's why you got banned because you put out fake shit, dude.
No, fake shit. Oh, go watch the video. It's
Bro.
online.
Dude, who was kissing the
Spence,
rapper? Who had video where the girl was saying you're gay? The way he was acting, like
You're gay.
Did you meet Spence in the club and he kissed you? Or like what's your deal, bro?
Did he shoot him with a taser? Did he shoot him with the taser? Remember that video? The little kid's like, "You gay." And the cop shoots his mom with a taser. Never saw that one?
What are you talking about? What the fuck are you talking about? What the fuck are you talking about, dude?
You guys don't know.
Southpaw,
you know what? You don't know.
He's either trolling or he's fucking fucked
Dude,
up.
he's on mushrooms.
He's on cocaine, bro. He already admitted it.
I thought he was
4
drinking
lines of
vodka,
cocaine.
but now it's mushrooms.
You guys,
bro.
I'm over here arguing with a bunch of fucking Crawford fanboys. That's what's happening.
Bro, you do.
Dude, I don't like anybody.
Say,
I'm not a fanboy of anybody.
Yeah,
It's
whatever.
crazy.
FUTV, the greatest channel in the history of man. Just saying.
Dude, I'm a Triple D fanboy that he's not fighting anytime soon. That's it, bro.
You got to be a super liberal beta male the way you're talking, bro.
That's you. You're into Crawford, dude.
I said nigga never.
Look at that, dude. He's projecting, bro.
You know what? I'm just talking about the dude who beat
He wants to suck on Spence's pretty much chocolate milk taser so
I gotta
bad,
interject
bro.
here. I gotta interject.
I don't even know what's happening.
You're the
I gotta
fucking
excuse me.
I don't even know what's happening. There's so many
Excuse me.
people talking.
I gotta interject. This has been highly eye-opening. It's been a revelation. I gotta say, no, because we covered a lot of subjects. It's been 3 hours. It's been 3 hours. It's 3 a.m. here. I gotta go to sleep. You guys can still stay on the panel and keep having a discussion, discussing this highly stimulating.
Keep cursing me out.
Leave the channel on, BDA. Fuck it.
Oh, I mean, leave the chat. I mean, yeah, you guys can stay here. You guys can stay, but I gotta go, man.
I meant the show. I meant the show. As well.
I wish I could.
Yo,
man. I wish I
BDA,
could.
you got to kick everybody off of here right now. Everyone, including me.
Well, I mean, you said that probably the agency.
You're getting cooked, bro. Because you're getting cooked.
Not really making much sense, dude.
I'm saying too much real stuff, and everyone's afraid of it.
But hold on. Let me say, hold on.
Hold
FUTV. How do you know these guys? One of these guys isn't one of the operatives that they've sent.
Oh yeah, definitely. This guy's like showing me all kinds of weird pictures. He's taking pictures of me on my phone. I one picture I was shitting. Where'd you get that picture? Where'd you get it? How'd you get it?
Wait.
BDA, you you had the guy that was saying China hater. You got this guy. Where do you find these people?
I mean, really,
these are the weirdest motherfuckers.
Yeah,
dude.
Bro,
pop up like
JDA Joe just hopped in. He's about to go. He's about to run this guy through.
There's like no corruption in the world, and like everything is as it seems. It's all
wait,
transparent.
hold on. Because FUTV, sorry, because sometimes these guys go at you and sometimes you reply with sarcasm. But just to clarify, you said somebody's been sending you pictures of yourself. Or was that a joke?
I'm joking. I'm joking.
Oh, okay.
They probably will.
Oh God, yeah, dude. This guy, you can't, dude. This guy's so wish-washy, man. Like he's like drunk or high or.
I'm telling you, I'm telling you, I'm fucking joking. Wishy-washy. What the fuck are you talking about?
No, dude, you keep like detracting a lot of things.
You're too dumb for me. That's why it's the thing.
No, he's getting at is that you're using I was joking as an excuse. Use that as an excuse.
I am. That's a really clever reply. You're dumb.
Because you are. I'm just saying. I'm sorry. I don't want to say that, but it's true.
You don't even know me. You don't even know anybody that's on here. You're gonna say they're dumb.
I'm watching you right now.
How do you know what I do for a living?
Look, because I'm looking at you right now through your fucking cell phone. That's how I know.
You ain't seeing shit because my cell phone is face down because I'm in the kitchen.
Yeah. Well, I know you're in the kitchen, stupid ass.
That's why. That's how I know you're fucking.
Because I can smell what you're cooking, stupid. I know.
What am I cooking? Because I haven't even opened the fridge.
I don't need to tell you. I know what you're cooking.
Like you're fucking weird, dog. Like go fucking dog. Go jump a train, dude. Like people like
scared.
Are the reason that America is fucking falling.
Guys. I wish I could stay here. I normally say, I wish I could. I really wish I could stay here another 3 hours to see how this unfolds.
No, go stay. You gotta get your rest, bro. Thank you for having the show. Thank you.
All right,
Thank
you guys take care.
Man.
Thanks again for being on, guys. Thanks again for being on, everybody.
Have a good night, man. I gotta go to sleep too, man. I need to go to bed.
Take it easy, fellas. All right. Well, as you can see, that was a highly eventful show, highly energetic. This is what BDA Boxing, the Boxing Debate Arena, is all about. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed the show as much as I did. We'll be trying to be back tomorrow, or actually today. It's already Sunday. Probably do a post-fight show with the usual panelists. So, fellas, thanks again for joining us. Everybody donated with the super chat. Everybody that's still here on the chat, I'm talking about Knockout Net, Skull Kid 25, Mr. Boxing, Will Mo, Dark Hado, Recognize is in there as well. Shout out to Recognize. He knows what this show is all about with the craziness and some of the content that we provide. Truth Bomb, Windy City, Mr. Boxing, Eparukua, OG Blaze. Shout out to OG Blaze. Who else? 93 Octane. If I left anybody else, because we gotta go and I'm highly tired. 1 foot out the door. Shout out to you, Alejandro Solis, Amok. Shout out to you, fellas. Hopefully you enjoyed the show. Catch you in the next one, fellas. Thanks. Hit the like on the way out. Hit a like. Yeah, because you got nothing.